What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Spit Komodo, how it's talking.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so past it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
What up? We are in the building. It is Free Game Friday. I'm fired up, and I'll be fearless on this Free Game Friday. We got a loaded lineup. Big Matt McChesney joins us, talks some Colorado, Arizona matchup, plus his Denver Broncos last night annihilated the Saints. We're going to dive into that, which I picked on BetUS and got it right. So head on over to BetUS today, proud sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. And use my promo code CoachJB and get 150% bonus. So make sure you head on over there today. Dr. Jesse Morse, he's going to join us right out the gate, give us all things injury updates, especially you DFS bettors out there, which you can do on Winnable/Slap Picks and on Prize Picks. If you're a DFS bettor, get those from Dr. Jesse Morse here in a few minutes. All things injury update in the NFL as he'll join us here in a second. And then NFL Super Bowl champ Shaun King will join us before he jumps on an airplane and heads to my crib as we're going to do a football palooza tomorrow right here at the house in this Slapdick Cigar Lounge and studio. And we're going to hit the boat, the yacht, on Sunday. And we got Jeff Nadu joining us to give all things betting, picks, capping, and everything else on college and NFL. He'll be joining us. So we got a loaded lineup today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My main man, Hector, Alan, Shaun, Isaiah, Lucy, everybody in the crib. We're here. It's about to get it going. Let's dive right into it. This show is brought to you by BetUS, as I've said, and it is Free Game Friday. Another one bites the dust. Do. Another one bites the dust. Tony Bennett retires weeks before the season begins at Vatech. Tony Bennett retires right before the season, 2 weeks before the college basketball season. This is a guy who's led the Virginia Cavaliers to a national championship, 6 ACC championships, and 2-time Coach of the Year, who's led his team to the tournament 10 years in a row. Tony Bennett, Virginia's head basketball coach, just said, fuck it, I'm done. This is another example of the quote-unquote business decisions within the portal and the addition of NIL, how it's ruined the game for not only coaches, but for the game. There is no more accountability in this game. Once a player is in his feelings because he loafs or talks back to the coach or misses practice, he can't be benched. He will leave the program once he is benched. Tony Bennett is just following suit with Nick Saban, Jim Harbaugh, Coach Krzyzewski, and the rest of them. There is no more coaching. There is no more tough love because we now have to allow it instead of coach it. When we used to coach it instead of allow it. Immature kids being held accountable used to turn boys into men. Now it creates feminine men once they enter the real world and enter society and the job force. And you're seeing it every day. What a shame. We continue to lose the great men in sports and replace them with woke, soft yes men. Yes, sir. What a time to be alive. But what do I know? Let's dive into the show. Broncos take out the Saints last night on Thursday Night Football. Probably top 3 worst games I've ever watched in my entire life. But what do I know? Virginia head coach Tony Bennett is retiring, as I just mentioned. Angel Reese, don't sexualize me, says that her rent is $8,000 a month. Then you should buy a house, dumbass. And her WNBA salary doesn't cover her bills. Oh, I feel bad for you. Not. An atheist group seeks to block Colorado coach Deion Sanders from holding team prayers. And Jeff Nadu joins us to show us a breakdown of college football week 8 betting and how he gets it done. We're going to dive into that. Dr. Jesse Morse will pop in here right out the gate to give us all things injury updates. And Shaun King joins us to break down last night's performance between Spencer Rattler and Bo Nix. What a fucking dandy we got to see last night. But before we begin, my co-host, Naptown legend, Far East Sider 317, LeBron Hairline Having, Lamar Jackson Loving, AR5 Defending, Caitlin Clark Jockey, Fox Sports very own, Big Smitty. Welcome him in.
What's going on, y'all, man? It's your main man, Big Smitty. Either your worst enemy or your favorite fan, man. Either way, I'm on the show and I'm live. It's Free Game Friday. JB got the Slap Dick Nation brand new hoodie on. Get down from the Coach JB store right now. I got my cousin Keith Smith. I got my homie Ill Bill. We got the nasty one, Jazzy Chaz. We got Eric E. We got J. Rom and Henry Bowman. It's about to be a crazy day. Who knows what we gonna talk about today? Yeah, we got a rundown. Yeah, we got topics. Yeah, Betty put it together, but it's Free Game Friday. My mind might go anywhere today, and I'm gonna let it go there because it's Free Game Friday. JB, what's going on, man? What is that?
Shit bad, huh? Big, huh?
What is that?
You like it?
Hold on. Keep holding up there. Oh, it's a 12.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard, homie.
This is how a white man runs the rock. This is how a white boy runs the ball.
You can count on one hand how many good white running backs you've ever had.
Yeah. But this
on
is
one hand, homie.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though, right? Look bad and win versus look good and lose. This is us right here. This white
or
people.
Look good and win, homie.
Yeah, this white people shit right here.
Or look good and win, homie.
We don't floss. Hey, Smitty, we don't floss. That's why we don't get our shit snatched. And if we do, we pull out that blah, blah, blah.
Y'all
blah,
have
blah,
gotten it snatched multiple
times.
You was the ones that we used to like peek out, like, oh, let's go get him. Because we knew we had no trouble with y'all. Y'all was easy work. It was easy money.
You proud of that?
No, I'm not. Not at all. Let me ask you this.
You know what I used to do?
What you used to do?
See, we hang with the poor, rob from the rich. That's where I grew up. So I used to go. Yeah, that's why I used to go to your hood and snatch everything off your people's shit.
What you mean my hood?
Like Naptown.
I'm poor.
Naptown's not poor where I'm from. Naptown rich where I'm from.
Shit, I'm I guarantee if we compare and contrast your upbringing and your hood compared to my upbringing and my hood, fucking night and day. My shit's night, homie.
If anybody really thinks I've got my shit snatched before, you're out of your fucking mind.
I did hear some stories from some OGs, but I just kept it to myself because I don't want to put you on Front Street.
Yeah, because you know you don't.
I mean, listen, JB, nobody has a flawless record. Everybody's taking the L. Everybody's whether you got.
I haven't though. I haven't though. It's crazy. I haven't though.
So you've never lost a fight. A dude never took your girl from you. And nobody stole something from you, whether it was your chain, your shoes, your car. Nothing. So you
even in the pen, I got ice picks right here on the side, and they were trying to get my kicks off.
There you go.
No. Hold on, homie. They tried to get my kicks off me. I just got processed, 9,500 LA. If anyone knows, they know. So I get processed, 24 hours, handcuffed to the Gatorade fucking jar. I can't even get fucking Gatorade water. It's water into 9,500 when you process in LA County. Before it turned Twin Towers. I've been there too, though. But anyway, So I was in there, processed 24 hours, sitting there next to some Sateños and some Grape Street Watts cats were in there, and we were just chopping it up, chilling. I get put in the, they put me in the 2200 block of LA County. If anyone knows what that is, that's the gang module.
That's the gang, right? Yeah.
You don't know. But anyway, good job keeping it along, though. And then 2200 is the gang module. It's Crips on this side, Bloods on this side. You got SAs, you got some Peckerwoods, some Woods.
Yeah.
So where do I go? Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'll tell you that story later. It's in my book. But anyway, I'm in there, and the cells stay open in 2200 because you're on little blocks.
Right.
The motherfuckers came in there. I was knocked out on the little cot on me. I woke up, and cat trying to get so when I got processed, before you get to call home and get your shitty shit, cats want, you want some Vans. Most cats want Cortez if they're banged out. Yeah. Depends on what kicks you want from home, right? You send your good kicks back, but when you get processed and thrown in there, I had some Air Maxes on.
Right.
So these cats try to get my Air Max on me. Let me tell you like this. Let me tell you like this. They didn't get the Air Max. And that's on everything. But I took one, but I didn't even know it until after. And then the homie in there was like, hey, dog, you leaking. I looked down, big nasty gash. They take me up to the infirmary, fucking staple me in. And they staple you without any type of anesthetic. Them motherfuckers, I'm just like, God damn.
I don't care about y'all.
Yeah.
But before we move on, though, I want to know, how are you able to keep your shoes, though?
How was I able to keep them, like, as far as what?
Because they were trying to steal your shoes. Your handcuffs to the Gatorade bottle. You have one hand. And you got stabbed.
No. You missed the story. I said I was handcuffed for 24 hours, couldn't get water, right? I got processed in 9,500. I said when they moved me to 2,200.
That's when they got you. Yeah.
Do you remember me saying that, Smitty? Do you remember me saying 2,200 block? I got moved to the gang module. I think everybody, because that's my proof that no one listens. Y'all just hear. So
I ain't gonna lie. I zoned out for a couple seconds only because I was typing for pairs. That's
so when I got moved to my permanent spot is when they try to get my shoes. They try to get my shoes. Anyway, man.
No. How'd you keep them off? Like, is that person?
I kicked one. I grabbed one. There was like 3 of them. Little essays, homie. We call them donkeys.
Did you?
Nah, I never got it. They hide those things, dog. I never got it. We call Mexicans donkeys in the pen, though.
Whoa. But let's keep this thing rolling, man. We got a loaded show. Point, Dr. Jesse Moore is going to jump in and join. So, matter of fact, he's here now.
That's all my essays, homie.
So let's bring in the best doctor, sports doctor, man. Knows all things fantasy, knows all things about all things. Dr. Jesse Moore, bring him on the show, Bailey. How you doing, Doc?
Been doing.
Free Game Friday, man. So happy to see you, man. We had another weekend of football this past week. Got another one coming up. Let's get straight to it. What's on your mind right now? I want your brain to open up on this show live and tell us just what do you know injury-wise? What's on your mind? Let us know.
What bug did the New Orleans Saints get?
Damn.
I know what they got. It's called Derek Carr bug.
It's bad. They lost,
Debo. 4 in a row? 3 or 4? 4, right?
4, I think.
They're 2. They're 2. Yeah, they're 2 and 4 right now.
5. That was week 7.
Yep, 2 and 5. Yep.
They're horrible.
Debo broke his femur last night.
Who?
Debo, the cornerback. How how hard it is to break a femur?
That's the
strongest bone in the body.
Freddie Mitchell. That's what I was telling you. That's crazy. That's who they rushed to the hospital or whatever.
Yeah.
So now they got to put a titanium rod in there, right? It's the same as it used to be, right? When Freddie Mitchell got his whole thing. It depends on.
Right.
You can break it up high though, right? You can break it up high. He broke it.
Depends on the location.
Yeah.
It can be in mid shaft. It can be proximal. It can be towards the knee, distal. It's crazy. All I said, just the force it takes to do that. It's crazy. So
I know what it is. It's Taco Bell and weed. But what do I know? But anyway.
But to give you an idea, there's 76 names on my list.
God.
Okay.
This is
Let's go do all 76 right now.
Smitty, shut. This shit is a joke. Hey, Doc, really, this is kind of becoming a comical hour, isn't it? Like,
It's easier to talk about who's healthy than it is to say who's injured. And remember, there's different levels to each injury.
but what do I know? I've only been saying it for 4 years.
And then there's other guys that are technically healthy but coming off of an injury or dealing with stuff we don't even know about. And you can have something like Nico Collins where he's technically not injured for 2 weeks and then all of a sudden he re-injures his hammy.
Hey, Doc, I want to start this off with a conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
Let me ask you something. What if I said half of the 76 are faking it? What would you think?
It's possible.
You think we're at that stage where cats are just like, you know what? I want to either A, move teams, B, negotiate something. It doesn't matter what time of the year. Devontae just did it, I think. I don't know.
I mean, I think that by week 5, 6, everybody's banged up in some capacity.
Yeah, that's football. That's football.
But the question is it enough to hold me out? And nowadays, this changed over the past 5, say 10 years. They didn't really have to put people on injury reports a whole lot back then. Now they're getting penalized if they don't say anything.
Oh, okay.
So remember last year, maybe not remember, but remember last year when Bijan Robinson played like 1 or 2 snaps and then missed the rest of the game, and we're like, what the hell happened? Well, apparently he was dealing with migraine or headache, something in the head previously, but he was never on the injury report. So then he only made it a couple snaps, and then he literally didn't play the rest of the game. So I'm assuming they got penalized for that. This trickles into Aaron Jones, who is relevant for today, because he said the game before the bye, he felt something in his right, I believe it was his right hip, it might have been his left hip, before the game, stretched out, didn't say anything. A lot of these guys don't. They just deal with it, and if it never pops up, fine. But he felt something mid-game, obviously, left, and then was trying to get comfortable on the sidelines, and ends up, coach is like, or staff is like, it's not worth the risk. We have a bye next week. They were still up by a decent amount at that time. But that's part of the problem is that guys are always dealing with something. The question is it enough to re-injure and to re-aggravate? And for that situation, it did. Even though they called Aaron Jones a hip, it's actually proximal hamstring. So when we look, here's my little model. Not really little, it's freaking huge. So if you see back here, so this is the front of the hip.
Yeah.
So see back here, some people will call this hip. This is actually where the hamstring attaches. So you have hamstring attaching it up here. It's easier to show it when the model's off the arm, but
yeah.
But so that's the part of the problem is that there's a tendon, there's multiple tendons attached there, and he might try to play this weekend, but he's at high risk for re-injury, and he's going to be in the timeshare regardless. And they have a tough matchup. It's just a tough rushing matchup. So it's going to be him and Chandler. But we saw him last year miss, I think it was a total of 6 games with a hammy and then a knee. This is probably a different hammy because these are usually more kind of random as opposed to the mid-body, mid-arm, like mid-leg ones.
Doc, real quick question before I lose my mind. So, like, are you saying, or what I'm reading from you is you're saying that teams have to track almost every injury now so they don't get penalized?
Correct.
Do you think that could be a factor in why the numbers seem to be tremendously inflated compared to what it was 10 years ago? Because you saying that tells me that maybe the injuries are around the same amount, just that they're having to actually show every little thing, a headache.
And that goes further. So you won't know this unless you treat the players. But if they're on the injury report, it goes under one insurance. If they're not on the injury report, it goes on their other insurance. Oh. So you're talking about 2 different bags of money.
Got you.
So now you see it from a financial perspective. If it happens on the field or on the practice squad, it goes under work comp. If it happens not on the field, whatever, car accident, like just random, then it goes under their personal insurance, which is like a big bag of money. It's not really insurance. But, so that plays a role in it too. Hey, I want work comp to pay for this. I want this to go on the injury report.
Got you. Damn. Okay. It makes
sense. So you might not think of that, but when you look at it, if you deal with any type of medicine, you'd understand like, hey, yeah, I want them to pay for it versus this company to pay for it or me paying for it. It's semantics, but that's part of the reason why you will see names on the injury report. And most of the stuff is not really relevant per se. That's why usually by Thursday I get a good gauge. And then Friday I usually really know. You still have your guys that are 50-50 that are game time decisions. Like that's a coin flip. We literally don't know. The player might not even know. But last week I predicted, I put up 35 guys that I said, hey, this one's going to play, this one's not going to play. And there was like 5 or 6 more that I just said they were 50-50. I could go either way. 33 of the 35 were correct. So you have a good idea by Friday, or I have a good idea by Friday, the people that study this and understand the intricacies of it. There's variables. There's ones like, hey, who you call IR5 was supposed to play last week, right? He was playing, and then all of a sudden they're like, Flacco's playing. We're like, huh? And then like, what happened with Pittman? Like, you go from IR to playing, like, what the hell? So like, that's rare. That doesn't happen, but it happened. It's just, it's fluky. The hard part is keeping track of it all. And then that's kind of why I spend probably an hour a day at least tracking all this stuff. Quarterbacks, most of them are healthy. Drake May popped up on the injury report with a knee, had an MRI after his Wednesday practice, which is pretty rare, you'd think, but he practiced in full yesterday. They flew out to London last night. And he's a full go, so that's good. Baker Mayfield tweaked his rib. He's fine. He's got a great matchup. He's been really good in fantasy. Rodgers, he gets his buddy back, ankle, hamstring. He'll be okay. Obviously, we saw Derek Carr miss. He might need another week, next week. And then Anthony Richardson sounds like he's a go. Again, if I were to guess what's bothering him the most, it's going to be oblique. Just because they linger the most and they affect him the most. The hip is fine. The abdominal is probably just a bruise or a tweak. I'm not worried about that.
And then, okay, big question for you. Nick Chubb is back this weekend, right?
Correct.
Any concerns if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, or if you got Chubb on your fantasy football team? Like, is there any major concerns, or just like some re-injury or tweaks, or him being slowed down? What's your take on that?
Yeah, so Nick Chubb, happy to see him get back on the field. Bad injury that could have ended a lot of careers. Thankfully, it didn't. But we will see Nick Chubb make his debut this week. He's going to have some issues with cutting, just some confidence in that knee. He might not look as good as maybe in his prime, which is fine. He's almost 29, I think. Yeah. He is at increased risk for some of these minor ailments that come along the way as you're coming back. Javonte Williams had one last year in his hip. But, I'm expecting him to get around 8 to 12 touches. They may go run heavy because just how awful, we saw Watson look. So realistically, they could try to pound the rock with him. With Jerome Ford being out for probably a couple of weeks with his hamstring, they're going to get some of the other guys involved. So it's going to be a committee. Pierre Strong is probably going to do the receiving and the third down work. Maybe Donta Foreman comes in. But I think it will take a couple of weeks to get the rust off, but I'll be excited to see Nick Chubb. Hopefully 8 to 10 points is realistically what I'm thinking for Chubb, unless he happens to rumble into the end zone. He's not much of a receiver. Right. I don't expect him to come back and drop 20 carries. Like, that would be kind of silly in my opinion.
Hey Doc, where are we at with Derek Carr? Since we're talking to Saints, where is this? What is this oblique? What is it?
So it's a left oblique strain, probably a grade 2.
So we're talking all the way down here.
So we're talking.
Yep.
Where the ribs attach, the muscles right here. And it's on his non-dominant side. So I mean, when he's throwing to his right and then he's coming back with his left, that's the muscle that fires to come back. So, and they were talking about it last night, saying with him, like indirectly, and he said basically, it hurts to even rotate back still. They have 10 days to the next game, right? But even then, you're still playing with fire because you tweak it and you're going to re-injure it again. These are notorious for re-injury. So would not be surprised if he misses another game. Haener looked better than Rattler and who looked rattled in a series or two, whatever he ended up finishing with. But, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, Olave left. Rashid's done for the season with a bad meniscal tear that required repair. Taysom Hill has multiple rib fractures. He could potentially be back next week. You know, they lost, what's his name? Their stud corner. I'll think of his name in a minute. With a hammy again last night. So, you know, they're just banged up.
They had to play the kid from Alabama.
Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Kool-Aid, yeah.
Still crazy name boggles my mind.
Fuck, interesting.
I love it.
You said 76 injuries, so who else would bother like a lot of these DFS guys? Who would come to your
So
name?
be careful with Jordan Mason.
We thinking.
Be careful with Jordan Mason. Why? Because AC sprains, as a receiver, you can kind of get away with it, but you're running into people every single time with that shoulder. So you're not going to have the same level of just bulldozing. It just hurts. I know he had 10 days, but these don't heal in 10 days. They may feel better. I wouldn't be surprised if Garendo got a decent amount of look this week. And they got a tough matchup. This is one of the top rush defenses they're facing. So would it be unrealistic? They're just going to throw the ball to Kittle 25 times. I'll get to wide receivers in a sec. Someone just tweeted. Travis Etienne could potentially play, even though he tweaked his hamstring. Avoid him. Don't trust him. Tank should be the guy. Jerome Ford's going to be out, and Tyjae Spears should be out with hammies. Najee Harris will be fine with his rib. Ray Davis looked incredible last week. Tweaked his calf. We'll see how that plays out. But we'll see James Cook return. Jonathan Brooks needs probably 2 more weeks just to get acclimated. Bijan will be fine with his minor hammy. Rashad White probably going to be back in a crazy full-blown committee at this point. Achane will be back with his concussions with no drop in stats or efficiency or anything. Increased risk of re-injury, but no in terms of production, no. Ramondre Stevenson is a game time decision. Remember, this is a 9:30 game in London. So he has a fantastic matchup. If he is active, you can start him. I'm a little surprised they're going to do this because he has not practiced in over a week. He's missed 5 or 6 practices in a row. So, but it's probably a midfoot sprain if I were to guess, a mild one. Kamara had 13 touches last night for 34 yards.
He was upset. I'm just telling you, he got blown up 4 times on passes. Like
100%.
Like he set his ass up every time he turned around. His ass got bombed.
Yeah, like we know what you're doing, and it's unfortunate. It was just we knew he was going to get the volume of targets. We just didn't know what the yardage was going to be.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's the next guy that asks for a trade.
He needs
And
to
he's
get
the
traded.
longest-
The Cowboys need to grab him.
He is the longest tenured running back in the NFL right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
8 years.
JUCO guy.
Paid his dues. I just think at this point, man, if he wants to really like grow and have a chance to compete, he needs to go somewhere else, man.
He's a
But
good
he
dude.
just resigned, I think. He just resigned.
Yeah.
I did.
But
Damn.
but
We need
this
to
team
figure
ain't
it out.
going nowhere. This team ain't going nowhere. Jonathan Taylor needs at least another week with his high ankle. You can see him. You see him in the interviews yesterday. He just didn't. He's like, I just can't do it. Like it's not a pain thing. It's just like I
hear he's going to Canes to work full time at Canes.
Raising Canes, yeah.
Raising Canes, yeah.
They were at Dairy Queen, homie.
Goodson is probably going to be the guy this week. They're great matchup against Miami. Great matchup.
Great matchup.
They can't. It's hard to throw the ball, but you can run the ball in Miami.
Run the ball
Brian Robinson should be back. Joe Mixon's not 100%, but he'll be good. Singletary will probably be back. Probably a split backfield with Tracy.
Hey, Joe Mixon balled last week for fantasy.
He did look good, and
it.
if you watch the game, he was playing my Patriots, so I was watching. He was hobbled most of that game on that big 70 whatever yard run. If he wasn't injured, he would have scored a touchdown. Yeah. But he was hobbled, like you could see. I'm like, and that's okay. Like he's coming back from a high ankle. Okay, fine.
I'm heavy Tank Dell and Diggs right now with Nico out.
Yeah, with no question. And both have an amazing matchup this week. Both are going to smash. Both top 10 fantasy for wide receivers. Zamir White could come back, kind of irrelevant in my opinion. And Bucky Irving again in the committee should be fine with that hamstring. Switching over to wide receivers. Jaden Reed and Dotavian Wicks, both banged up. I think probably both play, so they'll have everyone. They have a tough matchup, though, and Tucker Kraft has a tough matchup with his groin injury. Marvin Harrison Jr., we should find out more today if he's going to be able to clear the concussion protocol. He's had a tough go of it. So, can I justify sitting him? I can. I can't. Kyler has not looked good. They do get Zay Jones back from a suspension / hamstring strain. They added Michael Wilson with an ankle injury. James Conner, thankfully, did okay. He tweaked his ankle last week, but he's not on the report this week. Well, the wide receivers for the Chargers are banged up. I don't know if Quentin Johnson's going to play this week, and Ladd McConkey's dealing with a hip. He might play. It's too early. It's a Monday game, so we don't have a lot of data yet. Juwan Jennings could potentially miss with also a hip. He hasn't practiced yet this week, but he's been phased out with a healthy Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. So he's kind of the odd man out. Maybe Pearsall makes his debut this week or next week. That'll be kind of cool to see. Debo tweaked his wrist, but he'll be fine. Mike Evans dealing with a hamstring strain, but this dude, you'd have to chop off his leg to miss a game, so I would not be surprised if he plays. Again, he's kind of be probably a relative decoy, and this may be the med staff like saying, hey, no, like we're not going to let you play, but I don't know. This could go either way. All I know is Godwin has been incredible and has the top matchup in fantasy this week for wide receivers.
You notice a trend though, like seriously, like I don't know why Smitty and these young cats don't understand or pick it up, or they just won't admit it because the generation of Smitty's generation soft as baby piss. But let me just tell you, all young wideouts you just mentioned are these first, second year guys who this is the generation. But why Mike Evans' ass still playing every fucking snap? Why is Godwin playing every fucking snap? It's crazy to me, man, that these cats will defend these pussies that are all out. Look at these soft guys that are out every single
DeAndre Hopkins, the same thing.
Real quick, Jason, you are aware that these guys that you're naming are the ones who are in my generation, homie. Mike Evans, Godwin, DeAndre Hopkins. That is my generation, homie. Just for clarity. I'm not a 19-year-old.
Mike Evans older than you.
We in the same fucking bubble, homie.
Cooper Kupp.
There we go. Cooper Kupp. There we go.
Cooper Kupp looking pretty good. Not super aggressive cutting yet, which isn't surprising with his high ankle. I would not be surprised if they held him out this week. I don't think he's quite ready. He's close. If this was an important game, I think they would play him. I'm pretty sure they're playing the Raiders. So I don't think they need him. People keep asking about Puka, which is a very warranted question. I did tweet about Puka the other day.
You said he might stay out the whole year?
Okay, so here's the problem with this injury. He has a pretty significant PCL sprain. PCL sprains don't traditionally undergo surgery, but they take forever to heal because this is the ligament that basically stabilizes your knee from collapsing, going backwards, the opposite of the ACL. So the problem with this is it's very tough to run a route, stop on a dime, and cut because the knee is unstable. So if you're playing on a 2-10 team, 2-9 team, that really doesn't have a shot for the playoffs, and this is your star future wide receiver because Cooper Kupp is presumably either on his way out or a much less contract, is it really in your best interest to potentially risk this knee injury again or further or worse? It may be far-fetched, but we have to start thinking of that type of stuff as we start to get into the double-digit weeks, especially for the teams that may not, and from a fantasy perspective, you definitely have to look into it because most teams start playoffs in 13 or 14. So it becomes relevant. It becomes important. If he comes back in week 10 or 12, like, can you trust him? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We have not heard a single thing besides the other day saying he's not going to practice this week.
I don't know if you mentioned
he's not back to practice yet.
Yeah, that's
we're talking about practice, Doc. Practice.
Yeah. We'll go back to the AI.
Hey, the Vikings traded again to get Cam Akers back.
Yep.
They got a running back back. That tells me something's not right there with Aaron Jones.
There's a further part to this story. Jones just said he's likely to play. It just popped up a minute ago. But the Vikings tried to go get Khalil Herbert from the Bears. But the Bears didn't want to budge on the ask. That's why they went back to get Akers, who doesn't look very good, but he knows the system because he was there last year. This is reinforcement. He's not going to take anyone's job. But this is a tough matchup. And I think maybe all three of them play, which becomes even worse. I got about 10 more guys to cover, and we can head out. Juju popped up with a hamstring injury yesterday. Obviously not good. So we'll have to see if he's able to go. If it's midweek, if they just decided to add it, I don't know. They haven't obviously traded anyone. There were some rumblings that they did ask for Devontae Adams, but they said we're not going to trade in the division. We'll see. Malik Neighbors cleared concussion protocol and he's still, I think, the wide receiver 8, even though he hasn't played in 2 weeks. So rock and roll back, smash, no dip in performance at all. Devontae Adams gets his new jersey, gets his new shoes, and will make his debut, even though he's got a tough defense. Josh Downs and Michael Pitts will play again. Khalil Shakir has a very tough matchup. Tennessee's defense is legit. He'll be closer to 100%. Amari Cooper may or may not make his debut, which is unfortunate if you have him and you don't know what to do with him. Jacoby Myers has not been able to get on the practice field, so I don't know if he's going to play. This is probably closer to a high ankle than it is just a simple ankle, because he's missed like 4 or 5 practices in a row. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Bowers is going to smash this week. And then, most of we don't know what's going on with Deontay Johnson. Back-to-back DNPs. They're blaming it on ankle. Is this a trade candidate? Is it truly an ankle? I don't know. Xavier Legette becomes a sneaky guy. Coker, I think his name is. It looked pretty good last week. Transitioning to tight ends. Trey McBride looked like he tweaked his knee last week, but he ended up not being on the report, so no concerns there. Dallas Goedert should be out this week with a new hamstring strain. Grant Calcaterra could potentially fill in for him. Dalton Kincaid dealing with a collarbone, which is not a common injury to be a limited practice, probably more of a bruise than anything. He has a very tough matchup again, so you can sit him if you have to. Hawkinson still undecided if he's going to play this week in his debut from his ACL reconstruction. He's going to be a little rusty for a couple weeks, and he's got a tough matchup this week. So if there's a week to sit out, this is probably going to be it. Njoku could smash in light of Cooper leaving, his knee and ankle doing okay. They're better than they were a couple weeks ago. Most of the other guys are going to be fine. Firemouth with a calf, Conklin with a hip, Tucker Kraft with a groin, Kittle pretty much close to 100% with his rib. Taysom Hill, as I mentioned, probably be back next week. And then Evan Ingram, even though he is still dealing with that hamstring and he's still at a little bit increased risk for re-injury, got 10 or 12 targets last week. So definitely start him as he's active, because that he looked like he never left.
No doubt. Yeah, that's some good shit, Doc.
Full breakdown. Appreciate you, Doc.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Friday before the season. If you guys can't get this anywhere else, hopefully you make your picks off of Doc's DFS stuff. Head on over to BetUS. Anyone stick out in your mind this weekend, though? And I got to ask you real quick. I know after the show you went and did your research and due diligence. What's your take and what's your biggest takeaway from the Travis Hunter injury, as he's supposed to play this weekend? Since he's one of the more high-profile players in college. Where are you at with it, since he goes both ways? And he has to guard this guy.
So I never found the play. I looked. I just never seen the actual play, which usually is hard to do in college, but in NFL you can usually find it. So it's hard to see exactly what it was. Definitely a shoulder. You could see him on the sidelines to the point where he couldn't take his helmet strap off. He literally had to do this, which is not usually a good sign. He didn't obviously return to the game, and it was before half. This is either an AC sprain, this is a dislocated shoulder. It can be rotator cuff, not super common. It can be a stinger, which is a stretching of the neck, and it does lead to complete dead arm, which would correlate with what he's feeling. But usually guys come back from
come back. I can get stingers all the time, Doc, all the time.
If it's one side, it's not a big deal. If it's both sides, it's a problem. So that tells me, like, if it was a stinger, he probably would have been back after halftime. So why didn't he come back? Now, I believe Dion said he was going to play this week, which probably means it wasn't a dislocation. But
they're saying it was dislocated too. That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, the way I initially interpreted it was probably dislocated. But again, I didn't see the play, and we don't have any more information.
And is that so? Let me ask you that, because I've had mine not my throwing shoulder, but my other one. Is that just as simple as a pop in, ice, and play?
So the problem is he's doing so many different things in the field, and he needs to be everywhere, right? And the shoulder is a ball and socket joint, so you can pop it out, sublux it without completely tearing. But if it's popped out, then it usually needs to be put back in, sometimes under anesthesia, and that's usually a labral tear. Now, if it's think of the labrum as like a clock, where this is noon and this is 3, 6, and then kind of 9 in the back. Traditionally, they have a tendency to go towards the front, and then they'll kind of pop back in. But the more these are painful, these a lot of the guys will wear that brace you see here that kind of prevents it from kind of dislodging. I remember Dalvin Cook wearing from one a couple years ago. Some of the defenders wear them. But it's hard to do anything out here, especially if you land on it, because now you're just going to go boop, and pop it out again. And every time you pop it out, you're going to tear that labrum more. So if it's true dislocation, he's playing with fire, and he might not finish the game, because all it takes is one landing on it wrong, or someone landing on him, and just more force popping that joint out. So, which is unfortunate, because he was looking at, he's having an incredible year. This will probably derail his Heisman potentials if it comes to that. If it ends up being a significant shoulder injury. I hope it's just a mild AC and he's able to go. That's my hope, but we won't know probably until tomorrow.
Man, oh man. Yeah, well, we shall see, Doc. I know we were trying to get the play actually pulled up in the background, but timing wise, I don't know if we'll be able to get it in, Bailey, or not. Do we have the play, Bailey, or no? I don't think we do. So okay,
I couldn't find it. That was I did a video on it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. Well, Doc, man,
any plans this weekend, Doc?
I'm at a stem cell conference this weekend.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so this one happens to be in Miami, so I don't have to travel. But it's all day tomorrow, all day Sunday. I go to this one every about 6 to 8 months. All types of anti-aging, all types of new theories. So here's a quick comment. So the people that dabble in stem cells and PRP are not the same as the people that attend these conferences and do this all day, every day, study this stuff, speak at these lectures. There's only about 50 to 100 of us that do this. So we're starting to see some more of these clinics pop up, but there's different levels to this, as you would say, and the new ones are kind of down here. If you want to take yourself seriously in regenerative medicine in the stem cell world, you need to attend these conferences. This stuff is way more complicated than it appears. You can't just randomly inject something and hope it magically grows back. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to be up to date, you need to come to these conferences. This is a big deal. I'm speaking at this one in the February one. There's a lot of levels to this stuff, and you have to understand it in order to properly educate and understand. Talk to the patients appropriately. So if this is an interest to you, actually go out of your way to go to regenerative medicine conferences that actually know what they're talking about and been doing this for 15, 20, 30 years.
You know what, Doc? You mentioned that anti-age products. So one quick note, man. Whatever you find out and learn, please call my co-host, Coach JB, because he's starting to age, and I'm seeing it in his face, the bags under his eyes, the wrinkles on his face. So whatever you're able to just educate him on the anti-aging process, please let him know.
Hey, Doc, is there a real difference between international and American, like U.S., as far as stem cells?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It has to do, it's about 80% the same. The last 20%, there's two versions. One is they're taking it from unknown sources we don't usually ever find out, and they're usually multiplying it. That becomes very risky. That's where your Colombias, your Panamas, your Mexicos, that's where some of those places are. Very risky. There's no FDA to review anything, so you could be getting it from a homeless person. You have no idea. That's part of the concern. You have to trust them. Everything we do here in America, assuming it's legit, is cleared and is run through the FDA or a tissue bank. So it's legit. Furthermore, there is some stuff in China that you can take your own stem cells out, multiply them, and kind of fine-tune them and put them back in for diseases. They've done it to cure diabetes, at least in one patient that I know of. So that is, in my opinion, the future. There's probably a lot of side effects, which is why it's not available yet. But that is obviously not available in America. I think it will be eventually, but that is some cool stuff. That's more for disease processes, pancreas, liver, that type of stuff, as opposed to my shoulder, my knee type of thing. We can fix 80% of things with stem cells, with regenerative medicine that you need for surgery. There's certain things that surgery is recommended for and required. It's all about volume, specific type of product, number of times you need to do it, and proper physical therapy. So you can't blindly put it in there and hope it magically works. It don't work that way.
Right.
Hey, Doc, we want to show you before you get out of here. So you have a little, you got the clip. We found the clip of Travis Hunter, so you can see older or something back in high school or college. And I used to get like, you get that pain like down your sternum. You think anything attached there?
That's the SC joint. That's what happened to Hollywood. That's an injury. Oh my God, is that a painful injury? Very, very risky too. If you pop it behind the sternum, you can kill them. They die almost immediately because the blood vessels that fill the heart are right there. Yeah. So it don't happen. It's super rare. It's usually like car accidents and weird stuff, but it can technically happen. And sometimes those ligaments don't heal, and that's what happened to Hollywood, where he had to have surgery. That's why, whereas Tyreek 4 or 5 years ago healed in about 3 weeks and came back like nothing ever happened. So that's the difference between the two, at least for sprains.
No doubt. Man, Doc, you gave us a lot of shit today, man. We appreciate you on a Friday before the weekend, and we'll see you Tuesday. Hopefully there's not 80 new injuries.
Take care, guys. Have fun.
Appreciate it, the conference, man. We'll holler at you. Man, hey, well, let's get this show started, man. Shout out to Dr. Jesse Morse for joining us, man, and just spending so much time with us and kind of run through everything. But it's time for the quote of the day, brought to you by Bet US. Bailey, take it away.
What up, what up, what up? I am here for Bet US. Bet US is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to Bet US today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on Bet US. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. Bet US, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is our proud new sponsor of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Bet US. Go check it out. Peace.
Y'all heard what he said, but it's time for my favorite segment of the day, my favorite segment of the show, the thing that gets me ready for the rest of the show. So, JB, what do you got for us?
We an hour in, though.
Well, the last 2 hours going to be dependent upon what you say right now.
Quote of the day. Brought to you by Bet US. Use my promo code CoachJB today. Get 150% bonus on your first deposit.
You already said that.
Quote of the day. Those who shower you with excessive compliments are also the first to betray you.
Oh, my God. I don't get surprised when I get stabbed in the back. I get surprised when I turn around and I see who it is.
See who's holding the knife. See who's holding the knife. Say it right.
Same thing. You got it. Come on. Same thing.
I can turn around and see a midget standing there, and he don't have the knife, homie. He didn't stab me. Turn around and see who's holding the knife. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the promo code CoachJB as well. Those who are heartless once cared too much.
Damn.
Contrary to belief.
That's the one. That's a top 3. That's a top 3 contrary to belief. Those who are heartless today once cared too much. Oh my God, it's a bar. Because like you used to care so much for people and mankind and wanted to give your last dollar, your shirt off your back to whoever. You wanted to help whoever was in need. But then over time, through your own experiences, you got hurt. You went through pain. People stabbed you in the back time after time after time again. You got to a point where you got numb to the bullshit. And you became heartless. I love that. That's top 3.
Hey man, this show just keeps going. Like we haven't got to take a breather yet. I need another 5-hour energy. You got one?
I don't have one, but I do need one because that's the energy I need. But right now, we got one of our favorite guests, weekly guests, comes on, talks all things Colorado, all things Denver Broncos, Jets. The one and only Matt McChesney. He only has about 6 minutes because he's a busy man. So we're not gonna keep this man waiting. Matt, how you doing right now, my guy? You look good.
Dog, I'm good. I feel good. It's happy Friday. We're ready. I'm ready to go. We're about to jump in the truck and drive like 7 hours to fucking Grand Junction to play a high school football game. I don't know why they're like our conference is a bunch of Highlands Ranch teams, and then Fruita Monument, which is like 7 hours away.
It's kind of like college football where you got the fucking Big Ten teams having to go all the way up to Cali.
Yeah. So I drop off the big one at school, and he jumps on the bus with his team, which is pretty cool. That's nice bonding. And then we're booking it to Junction to play some ball. Actually, yesterday, Coach, we were down at practice. We had a coach stop by. Coach McCoy from Dodge City stopped by yesterday and was evaluating a bunch of our kids. We were talking about you and Independence and Kansas being like JUCO Central, and it was pretty cool. So he was evaluating a bunch of our players over at Vista yesterday, and we had a good conversation. So yeah, man, Fridays, I can't fucking wait. Let's go.
You're the perfect guy to ask this question to. It's a question, not a video, but I call it real talk or jaw jacking. I want to ask you something before we talk about the poll question with Smitty after you leave. A good woman is an investment. A bad bitch is a bill.
Truth.
Jaw jacking or real talk?
Facts.
Smitty, you thirsty, homie? Are you thirsty, homie?
Me?
No, Smitty.
No, when Smitty doesn't want to talk about something, he takes a drink.
Of course.
No, I'm just dehydrated.
No, I've learned this about Smitty. Every time he doesn't want to talk about something, he looks at the sky or takes a drink.
That's real talk. That's real talk, by the way.
That's all true.
A good woman is an investment. A bad bitch is a bill. I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. I need to go to – I only have 3 places you can take me. Lowry's, fucking
Mastro's,
or fucking fly me somewhere.
No boo.
You're like, I got some nuts for you because you're crazy.
And this right here is an example of a real woman. Shout out to my homegirl Sato Me. Hello, Mr. Jason. I so happy to see your #1 show again. You look so sexy in purple. Shout out to Sato Me. Show love.
Hey, G&A. Hey.
One of JB's. Yeah, one of JB's new ones.
Nice.
Bitch. This shit ain't purple. Shit is fucking maroon.
Maroon.
That's
all right. So I only have until about 8:15. So let's go.
That's a tiny sister. All right, let's dive into it. Let's get into this brass tacks here real quick.
Schmitty, what is happening?
All right, man. Let's just dive into it, man. I mean, hey.
All right, Colorado
this weekend, man. What are your thoughts? You said too. Colorado, Arizona, big time game, man.
Smitty,
I heard Travis is playing.
Smitty, shut up.
You guys are fucking hilarious, man.
Jason.
Quiet down, Darnell. Listen, real quick.
Jason.
Hey, Matt, you're on this show. You're on this show, and we're gonna get a viral video. You were on this show, and you said that Travis Hunter is the best player of all time. He could be in the NFL. Blah blah blah. He's hurt. He got hurt. He got put out in the first half. That's why you and I disagreed. I don't agree that he can play and sustain. Where are you at today as far as what do you project him at what he's currently got to do? And then he's going to go against a great wideout. Have you heard any news? Is he going to play more one side than the other? Is it status quo? He's playing both sides normal? Where you at with what's going on? And if you heard anything, or you can't say, I don't know. But
no, I'll spit whatever I got. I think, based on the information that I've gotten from people, that he's going to play status quo, and if he's going to take time off, it'll be on offense. And they're going to lock him on McMillan. And I think if they're going to do we need to take reps off thing, it's going to be game by game. So this week, their biggest threat is their wide receiver. Next week, when they play Cincinnati, I don't know who their biggest threat is, but maybe he's more of a weapon on offense, and they can use him more as wide receiver. So I think that it's smart to kind of temper it since he got cracked on the shoulder. But look, if he was really hurt, he'd be out. There's a difference between being hurt and injured. He's hurt, not injured. So I'm sure that he'll have a chip on his shoulder too with all the Heisman talk this week, and that he got hurt and he can't do it both ways, blah, 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 all that stuff. That really motivates Travis deep down because he listens and he's on podcast, does his own. Yeah, he was on with RG3 this week talking about Gentry and the Heisman. just everything he says blows up. So
That was one of the
I'm glad
dumbest
you brought it up. That's gonna be my follow-up question. Like, what were your thoughts after you heard the comments he made about Ashton Genty saying that, hey, like, he's not the first running back we've seen have crazy numbers before. What I'm doing has never happened, etc. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, other than it's true, I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. I like cocky motherfuckers. That's why I like you two. That's why we get along so well.
I thought that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But
I knew you wouldn't like it, but I don't have a problem.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean, though.
Look, it's pretty cocky, but it's not coming from a guy who doesn't back it.
No, I agree. I don't say it's cocky. I don't even think it was cocky. I think it was an ignorant take because running backs are 7 yards in the backfield, Matt, and as I know, the ball gets thrown across the line of scrimmage to receivers. So 95 catches versus 95 carries, it's a lot different. I don't know.
That's all true. All true. Look, he made some good points, and he also I think he probably said some stuff that he sat back and thought on afterwards. I think both of these guys are going to be in New York for the Heisman. This is the breaker for me. I don't think Boise's going to go undefeated, and they're in the Mountain West. So that's going to get used against them. And if CU can figure out how to win 8 or 9 games and he continues on this fucking trail he's on where the midseason All-American team came out yesterday and he's first team defense and first team offense. That's just insane. It's insane. So I think that as the year progresses, if Colorado continues to climb and play good football and he keeps making plays, I think that it's just an eventuality that it's that year. There's no real dominant quarterback other than, Shador and Carson Beck and guys are playing well. Cam Ward, but they're not on a Heisman pace. I don't think.
Yeah,
and
Oregon guy will probably
this is the year where either Gentry wins or Hunter wins. I think that this is a non-quarterback year for a Heisman.
Where we stand right now today, who do you have as your number one Heisman guy right now in this moment?
Travis Hunter, and I don't even think it's close. I think Gentry's a hell of a player. I love what he's doing. I do. But I'm telling you, what Travis is doing on both sides of the ball just can't be ignored. And if he didn't play I think playing for CU right now is kind of hurting him because the national narrative, like people are either tired of it or they're all on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's a lot of people that are just saying that Gentry's the guy because he plays at Colorado. So, and that's good. Hate us because he ain't us. That's just the facts. So Travis Hunter is the Heisman front runner, in my opinion, and especially after this week when he goes and locks down McMillan. And lockdown could be like 6 catches for 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? That guy's a freak. But still, if he plays well at Arizona and has another big game on national TV, followed up by another 8-15 kick for Cincinnati in the Halloween game, and like Derek Wolf and I are going to do a show up in Boulder, and got a bunch of boys coming in from Cincinnati that I know, Patrick Cote and a bunch of guys. So I'm pretty fucking excited about next week, but it is an 8-15 kickoff again. So it's national TV every week for Travis. It's not national TV every week for Gentry. So that I think eventually that Travis will just take over.
But have you seen a running back do what Gentry's doing?
Is it Gentry or Genty?
Yeah, I have. Like my redshirt junior year, Chris Brown went for 2,000 yards at CU. Like that was our running back. So yeah, I have seen running backs do this before. I was a kid when Barry Sanders went off in 87 or whatever that was. Like that was the Big 8. That's against Nebraska and Colorado and Oklahoma and shit, not Utah State and Nevada. So
yeah, that whole thing right there is what we could have a conversation about this forever. But I want to get your take on the game itself, Arizona game. But like we've seen Marshall Faulk also play at San Diego State and George Jones and
then he didn't win. And he should have won. Marshall Faulk arguably should have won the Heisman, but he didn't because of the conference he played in.
But what I'm saying is like those guys
that year, Gino Torretta.
Yeah, something like that. But those guys went to the NFL though and balled, and then we've seen Reggie Bushes of the world who ripped the Pac-12 and then don't do shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Reggie Bush didn't.
He did some shit.
Well, he wasn't who we thought he was.
Right.
He wasn't as good as this draft pick.
And
Super Bowl winner.
People forget this whole thing. We always forget like the shit's changed. Like there was no FCS, FBS, Power 5, Power 4. When Marshall and LaDainian Tomlinson and Ricky Williams and Bo Jackson and all these guys played, it was whoever was on your fucking schedule. There was no FCS, and they didn't play D2 schools. So it was whoever was on your schedule, and that's how I look at it. If I'm looking through the eyeball test as a personnel guy, as you are, Matt, the guy's doing shit that I haven't seen in a long, long time, if ever.
No, he's killing
He's got
it,
less
bro.
carries. At least he's got less carries right now than Barry has, and he's on pace to have 300 more yards and one more touchdown. I'm just
Right
saying.
now, he got 17 touchdowns and over 1,200 yards in 6 games.
Let's dive into it's all about
he is absolutely killing it, and he deserves everything that's coming to him, and I'm sure he'll be a great pro.
And you missed a name that I'm interested in because as I know, optically, the voters get into this, especially when there's fucking voters like Condoleezza Rice and these fucking nobodies that have no clue about football.
Condoleezza Rice is a vote.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. She has a vote on the playoff. So let me ask you this. When it comes down to these voters, and she may not, I'm just saying fucking names because these weirdos get votes. Where are you at with Dylan Gabriel, though? Because if Oregon continues to win, he's going to be in New York. And that's how it works. That's how it works. So, yeah. So, not in here.
Oregon had a huge win, and I love Dan Lanning manipulating the system and then the little grin. Dan is a fucking pimp, and I love the way he does things. So, I think that Dylan Gabriel will definitely be there because Oregon's pretty fucking good. And I don't know. I mean, their schedule's ruthless. The Big Ten is hard, but
Boise should beat them.
They should get out undefeated and into the playoff and maybe win the Big Ten their first year in it. And if that happens, his ass is going to fucking New York too. So, look, this is going to be a pretty tight Heisman vote. I think it could be as tight as Woodson and Manning, but at the same time, I can also see somebody coming out of nowhere in the next 6 to 8 weeks, kind of like Johnny Manziel did the year that him and Colin Klein and all those boys went to New York, and he won it as a freshman. So
the only guy I can see coming out of nowhere is the Clay Kubnik, because if Clemson keeps rolling like they are on a hot streak, that guy I think can get into the mix. I think it's too late for Ewers at Texas, and if Carson Beck goes into Texas this weekend and wins, he's back in it. Texas guys are out because they've been hurt or split time. And then you got Jalen Milroe. If Alabama goes and wins every other game, he's back in it. So it's going to be
and just think about this too. Like the feel-good story is, imagine if Army's undefeated.
Navy.
Because their fucking quarterback, I can't remember his name, but he is a fucking monster. And if they're undefeated, how cool would it be to get a service academy kid at the fucking Heisman again? Because back in the day, Army and Navy, they used to wear fucking Heismans and national titles like crazy. So just think about this. So my boy Joel Klatt on his show was talking about this. Army and Navy could play in the championship game
undefeated,
and then a week later play in the Army Navy game. That's fucking crazy, dude.
His name is Bryson Daly, I think, right?
He's a beast, dude.
Give us your takes for this weekend. Arizona, who's been struggling since they lost their head coach. They kept the QB. They kept the big receiver. Everyone thought they would just status quo. They've really hit rock bottom lately. It seems like they just can't. They got smacked by BYU and
they got hammered by K-State.
They started off. I knew kind of a struggle. They played New Mexico State, and it was a shootout. And I'm like, I don't know what this team's like. So you expect a shootout? Do you expect a blowout? Do you expect to get them handily? Where are you at with this?
I need CU to show up and beat that ass. Last year, they lost 34-31. Coach Prime iced himself and kicked a field goal that they made, but he called timeout beforehand, and then they went back out there and missed it and lost 34-31. I know that sticks in his craw. That was a tough one. But last year, they ran the ball all over us, almost 300 yards rushing, and I don't see that happening again this year, although Kansas State just did it. But look, Kansas State beat Arizona 31-7 in Manhattan and dominated the football game. So if CU can play to the level I think they can, and they're pissed off and they're tired of all the hate and all the bullshit and the narrative, I think that they go to Tucson and really take care of business. Now, look, a lot of it depends on health and scheme. I've been talking about this all week. I went off on Pat Schumer on Monday, 10 rushing attempts for 14 total yards, and then all those negative 29 yards rushing because of sacks. It can't happen. I don't give a fuck who your quarterback is. So I've been watching videos all week of Pat Schumer talking about we're going to run the ball and we're going to establish the line of scrimmage and blah, 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 blah. And I really hope to see it because that's Imagine what CU would look like if they had 35 minutes of possession time rather than 25. If Shador had, if you could throw the ball for 300, 325 yards a game and run the ball for 150 yards a game, like it's putting your skill players and your quarterback in the best position to be successful. So look, Arizona's struggling, but they are not weak. Like the biggest mistake CU can make here is walking into Tucson and thinking that they're not going to get beat. So Arizona's looking at this again. Their students, their recruiting section sold out. Everybody's going to this game. It's nationally televised. It's a big moment for Arizona and that new coaching staff. Big moment for their quarterback. Big moment for McMillan. He goes out and routes up Travis Hunter and those boys. It says a lot about him. You know, I think that this is going to be a really competitive football game. I don't expect Arizona to lay down at all. They're playing at home on national TV. So I expect CU to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's, 41-34 or, 38-31, something like that. Arizona's not going to just lay down. But at the same time, I think CU could go out there and play really well, make them one-dimensional because the defense is very inconsistent, but when they play well, they play well. So we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see this one. They got to win. Arizona's trying to find a win. It's one of those teams you get back against the wall. Those are scary ones, like Matt just mentioned. Don't go in there lightly because this team is trying to get a win and get back on the, they got a QB and a wideout they think are NFL guys over there. So
CU's got a chance to be bowl eligible going to Lubbock. So if they can beat Arizona and Tucson and they come back and get a win over Cincinnati at home, and Cincinnati's a good team. They're 4-2, but you would expect CU at home to be favored and win that game. They're going to Lubbock at 4-1 in conference, 6-2 overall, bowl eligible, and you go to Lubbock and win that game. I mean, it puts you right back in the forefront of fighting for the Big 12 title. So this is about to get really fucking interesting.
Hey, I saw your podcast where you mentioned with Bailey that you went off on Shermer and you were like blaming Shermer and blah, blah, blah. But this is why you and I disagree all the time, because I don't believe it's a Shermer issue. This is Deion Sanders' issue. Daddy ball with his son. Like, no, you're going to throw the ball at my son. That's why you lost an OC already to San Diego State. I am totally disagreeing with you. I love your take on it. I just think that's Deion mandating that we get this guy exploited for the NFL, rightfully so, as far as exploiting him as far as a quarterback. But at the same time, it hurts your team, in my opinion. I believe that's coming from the head coach. I believe it's coming from the head coach.
So look, I'm gonna agree with you and disagree with you.
Two things can't be true.
I don't know if I don't know where the narrative is coming from, although Deion is the head coach. That said, I don't see anybody in the National Football League in the shotgun every play just throwing the ball all over the yard.
That's my point.
I watched the game. I watched the game last night. Young quarterback under center. They ran the fuck out of the ball. He was running all over the place. They made a couple of really big throws, played good defense, and got the fuck out of there and won 33-10. Broncos did. So, Caleb Williams has a good running game with Swift. Jaden Daniels has a good running game with fucking Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson. Like, Drake May has Dick. New England's terrible. But, like,
Ramondre Stevenson.
Still, they can run the ball. Like, I think that the best way to help Shador, especially because he's Tom Brady-centric and, like, he that's the way he thinks, at least that's the way what he says. Like, that's his guy that he models after. Tom Brady is the best under center quarterback ever. Like, Peyton Manning did everything from the gun. Tom Brady went under center and would just back up into the gun. Tom Brady would call everything at the line of scrimmage. Tom Brady had dominant running games damn near every time he won a Super Bowl. So I think if I'm Coach Prime and I've been advocating for this, it's not like one thing that bothered me about what Pat said was I need the players to go out and move people. Well, I need the coaches to go out and scheme some run game. Like if we're in shotgun all the time, why are we not running trap? Why do we not run double pull counter? Why are we not running gator outside? Why don't our run game and our screens look the same at times? Why is it that we don't have any like variation in power or just straight ISO, just getting man on man and running vertical?
Because Matt, let me cut you off right there.
Has to fit the talent though too. So why don't they just support two more?
But isn't that you and I are both O-line guys when it comes down to calling offense. And offensive line guys think, and I'm a quarterback guy, but obviously I catered over to O-line because I love the battles and the wars and the X's and the O's in that area. You gotta have a mentality though. That's
true. You gotta breed it.
And I'm not gonna create that mentality in a fucking 2-point stance, kick stepping for every day.
No, you're not.
And at least if I don't get my 2 guards in 3-point and hat to hip, and I get some fucking push, and I'm trying to get to that linebacker depth, I don't think we're ever going to have that. You can't just say, I need guys to push. You can't push them without mentality.
Well, that's my point with Pat is like he's saying I need the players to play better. And my thing would be, well, I need you to put us in position to be better.
I think Deion's telling
you need to allow it. You need to put in scheme that we can actually execute. And look, all this like, well, they can't put a new scheme in a week. What? They're professional coaches. What kind of fucking JV shit is that? Of course they can. If they want to, they'll do it. So
I just think they cater to the guy that's in the shotgun that's more.
Well, obviously they are. And look,
he's comfortable.
When you have that kind of advantage, you have to take advantage of it. But I think that they could be even more lethal if they just figure out a way to run the ball average. Just run the ball average, 125, 130 yards a game in college is not that much. So that's all I'm saying. Like, think about it like this.
Yards. I don't even care if you get yards. I would run the ball.
Just carries. Yeah, fuck, man.
I used to get smacked, man. I knew I was gonna lose. Their D-line was better than us. I knew their back was better, but I was like, I'm gonna keep running.
You just gotta fucking do it. You have to do it. Eventually you're gonna break one. And think about it like this. Just take your CU glasses off for a second and put Shedeur Sanders on Kansas State last week. And he's got that running game and that offense, and all he's got to do is just play action and go back there and find guys. I mean, Kansas State being a national title contender, not a Big 12 title contender. So with the kind of skill players CU has and the quarterback they have, they should be figuring out how to diversify the offense to make him more comfortable now to go play in the NFL. Because what he's doing right now is not going to translate to the league. No fucking way. I don't care where he goes. You drop back 50 times in the NFL, all right, and you're in gun the whole time, he's going to get fucking murdered.
Destroyed. And I know you got to go right now.
I don't care who.
Holding the ball too long, too, Matt. And that's something that Steve talked about. Like, part of those sacks he got like in the last game is not all on the O-line. Some of that's like he's trying to play.
They gave up 6 sacks, Smitty, and only 4 of them were attributed to Shedeur.
Right.
So, like, look, everybody's got something to fix, and all the prime sexuals that get angry about me criticizing, like, stick it in your ass, dog. Give me a break. This is played out. So, look, the University of Colorado has a really legit chance to obtain goals that they haven't obtained in a long time, and they've got the personnel to do it. And, when you've got the best quarterback in the country, arguably, and you've got the guy who's going to win the Heisman, arguably, and the defense is playing better, the next step is just bringing it all together. So that means that the scheme and the running game needs to complement, and I'm really hoping it does, because negative 29 yards rushing is embarrassing, and it needs to be fixed. That's all I'm saying.
No doubt. Hey, well, good luck tomorrow. Good luck with your boy tonight. Grand Junction. I used to take that drive from Hayes, Kansas to Grand Junction all the time.
It is ruthless.
That's a D2 travel right there.
We're playing at Mesa State, so that's pretty cool.
That's a.
But hey, we'll be doing a watch party tomorrow for the game, 2 p.m. Bailey and I'll be on, so come over to the YouTube channel and check it out.
Okay, all right. Watch party.
You gonna be there, Smitty?
I'm gonna be at your crib.
We'll turn it on. We can turn it on one TVs.
Me, you, Steve, Kim, Weddle.
Yeah, if you guys want to come on during the watch party and talk some shit, let me know.
But you didn't say you was gonna watch it though, homie.
Send us a link, man. You're gonna be tuned in.
I'm just saying, if you 2 idiots want to come on the show and talk some shit during the game, let me know.
Smitty didn't say he was gonna come on though.
We're gonna be high and drunk. I'm gonna be at JB house tomorrow at 9:35 a.m. in the morning. We're gonna be fixing wings, ribs. We got motherfucking onion rings. We got his famous barbecue baked beans. We got beer. We got liquor. Send us the link. JB and I gonna join in.
I dig this. Right,
I don't get high though.
I get high off life, homie.
Hey Matt, we missed the fucking topic though. We got to get back to, but there's apparently some atheists are pissed off.
Oh, dude, this is the best.
Yeah, what's going on with this?
Look, as a godless heathen atheist, these granola motherfuckers need to shut up. All right. Like you're gonna fucking like go after him for praying now. Samantha Lawrence, you're gonna get an attorney and be like, oh, you can't pray in the football room. Just shut up, bitch. Go away. Go away. If they want to pray, let them pray. If they don't want to pray, don't pray.
Why you can't pray? Why is she even
Why can't he pray?
Yeah, why is she
as an atheist, as a guy who thinks when you die, you die. I haven't been blessed with faith yet, okay? And I'll just wait until it happens. But I'll tell you this.
I feel it a little bit.
Like, I'll tell you this. Just as much as I hate overzealous religious people that point at me and they're like, you're a bad person because you don't believe, I fucking hate people that also are on the other side of the fence that are like, well, I know what I know, and you did this and that, and you can't pray. What the fuck difference does it make to you if he prays with his team or not? He's a man of God. I've been in the locker room multiple times when they did their prayers. I walk out with goosebumps ready to run through a fucking wall. It's more than just praying with your team. It's how it's coming together. It's the, it's all of us locking hands together.
The face hitting Matt. The face hitting Matt. You ever been to church, Smitty? Smitty, you been to black church, homie? God damn.
I am black church, homie. Fuck you talking about? I am that.
Smitty. Like, I don't know. Like, Smitty, you can help me with this. I said this on my show yesterday with Bailey. I don't know any black dudes, any brothers that I play with that aren't religious. I don't know any. Not one. And that's just the foundation of community and culture, and that's a good thing. That rubs off on people. When we all take hands and we embrace and we say, our Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, and will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our
daily bread.
Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. He's like, now let's fucking go. Exactly, dog. Like it gets you going. So I can't believe that people. Yeah, take it off, man. I can't believe people are still this. I guess this is my question, and then I'll shut up. And I gotta go. Why in the fuck does everyone just want to keep their fat nose in everyone else's business all the time? Like, we're already talking about sports. Now we're talking about praying. Really?
I don't know.
In Boulder again, you only did this with Coach McCartney fucking 30 years ago. And like he had to stop doing prayers with the team because people were getting offended. Hey, people in Boulder, pick one. What the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you people? Shut the fuck up.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
I guarantee you this. This lady has armpit hair, dreads, wears Jerusalem Troopers, and is a granola motherfucker. So shut up, bitch, and let Coach Prime pray.
Weirdo. It's all across. We get high school coaches getting fired for doing prayer and shit. So it's like, it's fucking unbelievable, man. But
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. Matt, appreciate you.
I'm gonna pray for her.
I'll pray for you, Samantha.
I won't pray for her.
I'll pray to the God of skinny punks.
I'm not praying for her. I'm gonna splash her on the side of the road and fucking puddle.
Well, she'll be on the side of the road with a fucking, them, they, us, we sign.
Yeah, so. I give a fuck less about these fucking people, man. I hope they should go over to fucking Hamas and go deal with them, you fucks. All right, man. I'll see you Monday.
Have a good day, boys.
Woo. Bow your head, Smitty. Dear baby Jesus, we come together today to pray for the unprayed, unprayed up atheists that want Deion Sanders not to pray. So listen in a nutshell what I just said. Let's pray for the people that don't want us to pray, for the people who want to pray, for the people that are atheists that don't want us to pray. Lord, I know you made sense of that. Maybe no one else out there could make sense of that. They're not very smart. They're not very smart. Smitty don't understand it, but please help him. Please help him help Smitty get smarter as we go through the show as well, Lord. He thinks at a micro level. And Lord, in Jesus' name, Lord, we'll see you on the other side of the commercial. Amen.
Amen. You pray for your enemies. You pray for the people who don't want the prayer. That's real. That's real faith, real love, real Christian. You getting better at your prayer, JB. That was better.
Yeah, I can get.
I'm proud of you, homie.
I can get less about.
You made me smile, homie.
Dr. Jesse Morse wants your address. He wants to send you something.
Me?
Yeah, maybe some. I don't know. We'll see. He wants to send us both something, but
send me that Ron Garcia, dog.
Homie. It's too early for this. We're not even at commercial break, homie. God damn.
He over there sexualizing you. Hey, man, we gonna come right back, man. We got a loaded lineup, loaded show still left. Jeff joining us. We got topics. We got facts or cap. We got black people, white people shit. Hell, give us a quick break, and we gonna come right back with more. The coach.
We haven't done the poll question yet. Fuck. We haven't done anything, homie. We haven't even started the show yet.
It's Free Game Friday, homie. It's a different show, homie.
But we haven't even started. We haven't even started the show yet.
So we ain't even started.
It's like
so what you're saying is
it's over. I'll start this whole fucking.
So redo the whole shit right now. So do the countdown, do the intro video, and then do the whole shit over, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get to it.
No, poll question. Everybody out there, real quick before we take commercial. Jeff Nadu joins in about 6 minutes. All I need to get coffee. That's it.
I hate you.
Poll question, Smitty.
Fucking hate you, bro.
What is the thing you wish you had more of? Money or fame? Go right now. Go.
Money, easy. It's an easy question.
I don't even care about fame. Micro.
I don't care about fame. Fame comes along with money, and in our profession, typically more fame means more money. But if I could do one without the other, I'm all about being rich as hell and nobody knowing. I'm fine with that. I push a line with it. I'm fine with it. But in this world and what we do, the more famous you and I are, the more money will come. So I don't think you can separate them in this profession. But if there was a way, if you're giving me in this or that, then I would say the money. It's common sense, homie.
Well, you're a content creator. So here's why. This is what I got.
You a Netflix star. You love that. You love the camera in your face.
I didn't say that. They filmed me. I didn't film
When I played football, I would have said no. Like, nah, fuck that. We playing ball. We're not doing that camera shit. That's how my high school and my college would have been. Contrary to belief. But you like all the hoopla, the Hollywood shit.
Anyway,
you an LA motherfucker.
Here, let me give you guys some macro thinking. So when I was Smitty's age, I would have wanted the fame because the fame would have turned into money. So I'm very shocked at Smitty's micro thinking right here, because if he is a 30-year-old man that he is, I would be like, I want to be famous so I can go get more money. Me at 48, I just want the money. So I'm very shocked that Smitty said that. I'm shocked because he's a content creator, very good one at that.
Attention, homie.
But I'm beyond that, homie. I didn't choose to be on Netflix. They chose me.
And you agreed to it, homie. You agreed.
I didn't. I didn't have no say over the college president, homie. Come on now. Hey, baby, take us away. Fuck. We'll be back. Hector, shout out to the $10. Shout out to the $50. Who did that?
We got 50 in there?
Yep.
Shout out to Ivan Balls Dillinger Lara, man, for sending $50.
What?
If we get Ivan Balls Dillinger Lara.
Ivan what, homie?
Balls Dillinger. If everybody sent the 50, I could probably retire today.
You can't retire. There's only about 1,500.
You know what I'm saying? When I say I can't say everything because we live on air, but you know what I mean when I say that. Read between the lines, homie. You a micro thinker, homie. You know what I'm saying? I disagree, JB. Tammy make the decision to have the show, huh? Hey, cuz, what you saying?
Again, homie, that's your fucking cousin. Homie, say it again. Say what you said.
I disagree, JB. Tammy make the decision to have the show. Tammy make the decision to have the show. What you talking about, homie? Cousin?
Hold on, no, homie. Where's Linga T Tata? Where's she at? Because that's the same fucking. Is that his burner?
I think.
Hold up, homie. Is Tata Lala his burner?
I think he misspelled something.
You know I'm talking about the blood, the Asian.
I know. My name is Margot T. Margot T is my homegirl. Nah, that's a real person.
His burner?
I've met Margot T. She's a real person. Huh. Keith, slow down when you type it, homie. I think you must have misspelled something.
Hey, Keith, how about you just shut the fuck up and stop being fucking retarded? We'll be on the
other
side.
Can't say that word no more.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance. Yeah. Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, Nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
They got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Oh, kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. FirstRoundPerformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. FirstRoundPerformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
all this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit FirstRoundPerformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who he spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach. What's up, gentlemen?
Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, side of the road, LA, I assume that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, EA Sports, maybe I can actually be your video guy, the actual do a real video instead of using my name, image, and likeness.
Oh, shit.
And maybe I can get a little piece of the pie, but nah, it's all right. Just keep sharing my 500 million views of it.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but obviously you are a hilarious, miserable person, and this is kind of is how it goes.
Pat, I was actually chilling. My back went out yesterday, so I didn't even do my show today. So I just left my chiropractor, and I'm waiting on this damn cigar company to open. They're late, of course. I mean, come on.
Shit. Okay, so life is good. Last question for me, because I know the last time we talked to you, you had not watched the Netflix series Last Chance U. You said that. You said, I've not watched it, but obviously you've heard from everybody. Now, do you see some clips that come across your way? You're like, I don't remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, I killed that. And do you judge your clips whenever you see them? You're like, I murdered that one.
Nah. A broad came over to the house the other day, and I didn't really want to watch Netflix with her and chill. But she wanted to watch the show. We watched one episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It was the first scene of the cow scene or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they only made about $4 billion off my name on this shit. I'm not watching Netflix either. So I'm spiteful right now, Pat. I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to watch EA Sports video game. I'm like, man, and I can't even get 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Well, you're going to the moon. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Hopefully it'll get figured out, and we know the Netflix and chill thing, what that leads to. Bad backs, chiropractors. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
We got young Jeff Nadu ready to join us. JB will be joining us here any second. Make sure right now, if you haven't pressed that subscribe button, that you do that right now. And make sure the 2 accounts that I want y'all to really lock in on. Number 1 is BetUS. Make sure you use the promo code CoachJB. That's the real deal. That's our number 1 sponsor. Make sure y'all tap in with BetUS because we do some real deal things with them. And we got some other content that's in store. And then also, man, don't forget to go to winnable.com/slappicks. Join right now, man. JB making money. Getting his picks right. He's NFL, college, everything. So winnable.com/slappicks. But right now, without further ado, man, the one and the only Philadelphia's finest, one of the number 1 cappers in the world, not just the city, the world, Craig. The one and only Jeff Nadu. Bring him in.
What up?
Our clap sound, JB. Like, what's going on, Jeff?
What's happening? What's up? What's going on?
Man, how you feeling right now? It's the exact moment. How you feeling?
Great. How about you?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm praying for Dion right now and all the atheists who don't want him to pray, and we keep things pushing. But JB has a question for you. Go ahead and take it away.
Smitty, be quiet. Hey, Jeff, real quick, so you know, I want to know real quick. Tony Bennett just retired.
Mhm.
It's 2 weeks.
I knew you were going to bring this up. I was happy you do.
2 weeks before they bring it, 2 weeks before camp, you're one of the best college basketball bettors, also at BetUS. You have a show coming up here for college hoops. You kill it. You would argue that you're probably the best basketball picker over all sports, huh?
I try to be. I mean, Dave Portnoy said I was at one point. I mean, I you know, get it. Gambling is gambling, but I know about every team in America, so I put a lot of work in with it. And yeah, I would say I'm pretty good. Yeah.
The lack of accountability for immature young people. When you can't hold them accountable anymore because they'll transfer, they'll enter the portal, they want to chase a bigger bag. So when they give you a loafing effort, or they don't they suck their teeth, or they backbite you and they talk shit to you and they disrespect the coaches, or they do something off campus, you can't no longer do anything. You can't discipline them because they just enter the portal. They've given the NCAA, Non-Carrying Assholes of America. You can get my T-shirt at CoachJBStore.com. You can go nowadays. You go over there and these kids can just enter the portal. The NCAA has allowed the portal to almost be like a time capsule machine. Like, I can just go back in time. I can go forward in time. I could do whatever to get rid of my bad doings. I think this guy's just another Nick Saban, Coach K, Jim Harbaugh. Fuck college basketball. Fuck the NCAA. Fuck college. And I'm tired of dealing with it. Because this guy won a natty, Jeff, as he knows. I think he's been at the tournament 10 in a row. 6 ACC titles, 2-time Coach of the Year. Pretty fucking legitimate resume. Probably 90% better than anybody else in the country. Where are you at with this, and why you think he's leaving more than what I just said?
Well, I think he's leaving for the exact reason you said. I mean, Jay Wright's talked about that. Jim Boeheim did something last night, talked about it. We need to fix NIL. I'm not saying that we need to get rid of it. Obviously, I'm not saying that, but we need to fix it. We need to do some things to prevent this. Tony Bennett is a defensive wizard. He's one of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. He's allowed, teams to do very little offensively. He's just very good at that level. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Coach K left. We're seeing Tony Bennett leave. Mark Few down the road, I'm sure, will leave. All these guys that we know and love will leave. And Boeheim talked about that. It's kind of a warning. We've got to fix this. And I just
mentioned NIL, Jeff. You mentioned NIL. Did you mean portal? I think portal's the issue.
The portal, NIL. I mean, you gotta. If a kid doesn't like what's going on, you could just, I'll get more money somewhere else. Look, when you give a kid many options, he's going to take them, right? Like, it's just, I don't blame the kid, right? And the kid's going to do what he's got to do. It's a shame though. I came up on all these guys, all these coaches. His father was a great coach as well. I mean, he's only 55. It's not like he's 70, right? He's 55. He's at the top of his game. And to do it, the season starts in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's I'm going to tell you right now what it is. Good friend of mine, Frank Martin, is the head coach of UMass. Good buddy of mine. He comes on the show.
Love Frank.
South Carolina. He's been a lot of places. Doesn't have the resources of UMass, but he's like
Frank's another great coach.
Yeah, another great X and O guy, Miami native. He knows Tony really well, and he's told me some things, and I'm just like, dude, what's going on? He goes, when you retire and leave and quit 2 weeks before, it's pretty much fuck you. There's a shit sandwich, motherfuckers. Because think about it. He knew what the deal was, and he was either A, demanding some changes either within his own university or administration, or B, you know what? Fuck it, man. You don't want to do this. You don't want to give me this kid. You don't want to break bread. You don't want to give me collective. Then fuck it. I'm out 2 weeks before the season. That's no more, no less, Jeff, than a shit sandwich to a university that didn't want to adhere to your fucking request.
I mean, I just want to put this out there, okay? Last season, there were 5,607 college basketball players in Division I. Do you know how many transferred last year? Out of the 5,600, nearly 1,700.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's over 20%. That's a lot of people. That is, and again, I think a lot of this has to do with NIL as well. It's really at every level. It's got to change. And if it doesn't, you're going to keep finding legendary coaches leaving, and it's going to be young guys leading young guys. And before you know it, the product's going to be shit. This is one of the only true things we have left in sports, college, right? And we're ruining it with this. And I'm not saying to get rid of it. It needs to be fixed and edited a little
Regulate
bit.
or something, yeah.
Hey, Jeff, it's pregame Friday. I just asked Smitty. I just wanted to ask you real quick. Is this real talk or jaw jacking? A good woman is an investment. A bad bitch is a bill. Where you at with that?
Very true. Very true. Yeah. Listen, but that's nowadays. That's what these women are. You know, guys, I had a girl. This is a true fucking story. Okay. I was out last Saturday. She was a waitress at the spot I go to. I hadn't seen her before. Started talking to her, got her number, hit her up the next day. She's like, yo, you want to go have dinner? She's talking about, well, you got to send me a couple hundred before we do that. And I said, fuck you talking to what?
Well, we have a great segue for that. If Bailey gets that in, that Smitty sent.
She's trying to play you, Jeff.
Of course. I know the deal. I mean, I've seen it all.
Take a listen to this fucking bitch.
Downgrade my lifestyle because me and you are no longer together. And I just feel like if you put me in this space and that was under your budget then, what's the difference now?
But see, what he did was this, though. He gave you the upgrade, but part of that upgrade is because you're with me. Yeah. You understand? So let me just go, though. So we didn't work out, me and you dating. You feel me? So I'm supposed to keep paying your loft and keep paying your bins. Upgrade it, stay with me. If not, go see what's out there.
Oh, so then if that's the case, you want me to stay with you for these items and use you, basically.
Not for them. If you want to live like this, it comes with being with me.
My current new lifestyle that you upgraded me to is now contingent on me being in a relationship with you, and that's the only way I can have it in this moment.
You want him to keep your lifestyle up, keep paying your bills, keep you on that same upgraded level. No, you were dating a man that had money, so dating him came with a lifestyle. But if we're not working and our love is dead, I don't owe you to keep paying your car note and your mortgage. I'm not entitled to. Now, realistically, that isn't really my job. You should find you a man like me and upgrade to him and keep your lifestyle.
That takes time. So I just feel like if someone had me on a certain pedestal, you're not just because we no longer working, you're not just going to rip the pedestal from me.
Let me just say one thing. The entitlement of these fucking women is insane.
It's not only women, homie.
You think you are? Seriously.
I'm going to tell you right now. Fuck young people. These fucks are fucking idiots. I'm just telling you right now. It's men and women. Men and women. Fair. I'm being fair to Smitty here on this one. It's men and women on this age group. They're fucking idiots.
It really is. I mean,
that particular clip though is insane though, because like she's expecting this dude. We done broke up. You expect me to continue paying for your lifestyle
while you're getting dick
because
down
you were elevated when you were with me. But That's the benefit you get from being with me. When we break up, you don't have that benefit.
Hey,
So let's
Smitty,
say
I
I
get
move
the
on,
benefit,
I have
though.
a new woman I'm with. I'm gonna take care of my new woman and take care of my old woman until you find a new dude that got my money. That makes
Smitty,
zero sense.
I get the fuck though. I get the fuck at your crib though.
Hey, play that video I just sent. Look at this fucking idiot.
Money.
Look at this.
Pull up your account. My phone is dead.
Okay.
What is good?
Until you can pull up your account, then
Well, give us an idea. Why does it have to be about me? Is a couple
I'm
million
losing my
enough?
voice.
Is a couple million enough?
maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Like nowadays, the market is so inflated that to get a 31-year-old girl,
You know what's funny though?
you
Is
need to have multi-million dollars, like to get a ran through 31-year-old like sweatpants Birkenbag. You
I
need
know.
to have multiple M's in the bank.
I know.
That's insane.
You can't just be funny and have a fucking 8-inch
Wait,
hammer
ho-
anymore.
hold
What
on.
the fuck?
I
Hold
know.
on. Do you hate women?
No. I love
Are you
women.
sure?
Same
I do love
playbook
women.
always. It's
What's your relationship
called
like with
her
your
out
I have a
mom?
great relationship with my
and
mom.
then it-
Really? She
I do.
hugged you and shit when you were
I did.
little?
I was just talking to her right before this. Like right before I walked in, I was.
Why do you
talking to her.
find that so hard to believe?
I'm feeling a little anger, misogyny.
Oh, don't you
Here we
dare
go.
say that
Here we
word.
go.
Don't
You really
you
want to end
dare
right
say
now? I'm
that
starting
word.
to cook right now. This is
I
what's going
I
on.
think when you were a little kid, something happened.
Okay, what do you think happened?
I don't know.
I have a great. My parents are still together, and which is actually really rare. I don't see. I
'Cause your
don't know a lot of
dad
people.
programmed
So-
your mom.
Pause real quick
Every husband programs their wife.
if we can. Go ahead, Jeff.
So we see the playbook here. Okay. She makes the most ridiculous statement that she has to see his bank account before they even talk. Right. The kid then calls her out for what she is, a hoe who's just after money and has ran through and probably fucked half of Hollywood. She's like a Greyhound bus. She then calls him misogynistic for it. Got it.
She's like the host of that popular podcast, Call Her Daddy
Yeah,
or something
sure.
like that. She's a
I know.
barstool person,
Yeah,
been
yeah.
there for a long time.
Yeah.
When they're all, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe certain stuff when I know who you are and knowing that you are she's a content creator, as we like to call it on here. I think she's saying shit just to fucking blow up, in my opinion.
Smitty, let me ask you, because you have a good woman, right?
I do. I love her to death. She in the back, knocked out. I want to go back there and kiss her right now, but I'm
And
going to show
here-
her 50 bucks.
And here's what I respect, right? So your wife brings something to the table. Okay,
A lot.
she has a job, she has a life, she's a good woman.
Cooked
These
for me, fixed my
fucking-
plate last night, brought it to me.
Yeah, like these entitled cunts think we have to. What do you bring to the table, bitch? Right, JB? Do you agree? Like, what does she bring to the table?
She could get hit
Seriously,
by
is
she
it
could
just
get hit
her?
by a
Is it just her
fucking-
snatch? Is that all it is?
I'm just telling you right now, she could get hit by a fucking bus tomorrow, and I'll fucking bring it up on the show. Because I'm tired of these motherfuckers. I'm just telling you right now, they bring nothing. They're absolutely worthless. They don't create nothing. They don't make nothing. They don't build nothing. They don't maintain nothing, and they don't bring nothing to the table. Nothing but pussy. They give kids.
Yeah.
They have childbearing hips, and they give you pussy. That's
And
it.
then when you
I'll
get
be
them a
honest.
kid, and then when you get to a kid, they're gonna hit you for support and go get another guy and do it to them.
Of course, that's what they do. I'm so over him. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's why I just fuck him and leave him. So anyway, let's go on. Let's move on.
Shout out to Smitty for having a real woman.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. It's time to make some picks, though. We got Jeff Nadu here, number one capper in the fucking world.
Well, I'll tell you what.
What's the schedule? Let's get the list going.
Well, I'll tell you what, as far as picks are concerned, JB, Patriots, yeah, not good. That was rough.
I told you.
Who chose the Patriots?
Isn't that funny when the guy wins that always says, I told you so?
I always bring up the losses.
You know how many times you can tell me, you told me? It's funny.
It would
Listen,
take
I just-
forever.
Listen, he picked the Patriots as one of his picks, and I was like, look, I think the Texans are rolling. They can play mediocre and beat this team. The Patriots are bad. I think they're actually developing Drake May at this point, not developing a team. So I think they're really at a crossroads. And
Hey, JB.
Yep.
One thing I will just say on the subject we were just talking about real quick, you know, the greatest gift in life, at least to me, is coming home and there's not one motherfucker here, right? I do what I want
I've been
when I
that way
want.
my whole life.
Yeah.
I don't get why people don't listen to me more about it.
Yeah, in this day and age, it's like the way to go. Unless you,
you
got a
imagine
woman
coming
like
home to
Smitty.
Ash and Callie every day, and that's it.
Yeah, unless
And
you
they
got a
fucking
woman like
greet you
Smitty.
that- Hey, Smitty, they greet me like a 1,000 fucking queens.
I don't want to. Respectfully, I don't want no big ass dog
1,000
slobbing,
yards out of
spitting,
it.
and jumping.
I
over
don't
the
even have
back.
that.
I
I
like
don't
coming
even have
home with a queen coming home. I'm
Yeah.
saying my night last night, y'all. I had a busy ass day. Worked from this show up until like 8 p.m., 13-hour, whatever hour a day. Came home. My wife said, "Sit down, baby. Don't worry about it. I got you." She went in that kitchen, man. Cooked me some damn. Had some chicken, some potatoes.
That's a good life.
Fucking salad. I sat down. She can't. I'm on the couch. She can't. All I see is her hand reach over with a fucking juicy, fresh, hot plate with a cup. She brought all my sauces I needed. That's my love language. Fixing my plate. And it was hot. That's what I like to walk home to right there.
Smitty, this is why, and I will find this when I leave this country and go to another country. I'll be good to go. I'll find that, Smitty. I'll go over to Europe and I'll be good to go. Yeah. That said, that doesn't exist in this country. I don't even come home to dogs. A lot of the time, you know what I come home to? My Roomba running around my floors, making them all nice and clean. That's what I deal with. I'm not worried about no broad. I'll get one later. But you don't. You got the good one. We can't get them type of girls. Me and JB. They don't exist.
With y'all can't. Y'all gave up.
Nah, they don't exist.
Here's my life. Okay, I just
JB got a good person.
I just got some head in the back of my fucking truck, and then I went and got some fucking Chinese food, and I brought it home to two fucking dogs that treat me like fucking two queens. And guess what? I don't got to hear shit from no fucking blah, 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 blah. Why didn't you do blah, blah? Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's the best world for me. So I'm just throwing it out there. And by the way, I'd rather eat somewhere else, unless I cook it. I'd rather go to the bar and holler at 20 bitches. So that's just me. Smitty's life gave me like, oh, fuck. I got really like.
I've been to the bar with you, homie. You don't talk to not nan woman, though. That's the thing. You be on this show capping. You ain't got no mouthpiece, no game. It be a meat fest. Every time I'm with you outside, it's a meat fest, Jeff. He's capping to all the fans right now. JB ain't parking lot paper like
you hate to see it.
He lost his touch, Jeff.
You hate to see it.
Hey, Jeff. You know what kills me is married men that always come to me talking about where's the bitches.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa. Why,
I mean, why would he have bitches? He's married.
Why you not there? I got homies. No, ain't no flag. I got homies that are married. Like, oh, JB, I got bitches, but I don't know if I don't need to fund you with bitches. You're married, homie. Hey,
yeah. Fund me with nothing. I said I don't see you with them. No, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't see you with them, homie. Got nothing to do with me.
Put your hand on the Bible right now and say it again. Tell everybody that you're true. Tell everybody you're not lying right now.
I see you with. Come on now.
You're lying.
You the homie.
Let's make some picks.
Let's do some.
Let's do it.
You started.
It's a good card. It's a good card.
Oregon, Purdue. What we thinking right now? I start with Oregon and Purdue. They play tonight, actually.
Are we really thinking that? Are we really going to talk about that game?
Yep. You said I can start. I can do what I want when I'm popping. I'm the co-host.
Stop being a micro thinker.
I like building up, JB. I don't like starting with the best thing. I like to build up to the best thing.
I thought he was going to bring up fucking Ball State, the worst team in fucking America.
We just won last week, and we got Vandy this week. About to upset them motherfuckers. I'm doing it for Alabama. I'm doing it for T-Rich. They couldn't beat Vandy. It's okay. Ball State's going to take care of that business. Chirp, chirp, upset alert, Ball State money line.
Speaking on Oregon, listen, this is a really tough game. Obviously, coming off that huge win last week, have to go to essentially the East Coast. That's not been easy for teams. Only one team has covered the spread going from east to west or west to east. Very difficult to do. It is a Friday night. You got more important games on the horizon. Purdue stinks. They can't stop anybody. One of the worst defenses in the country. But Oregon doesn't really win these games by margin. I will tell you right now, I'm not personally betting on this game. If I had to, though, I'd probably lean with Oregon. Purdue's just really bad, but it's a tough game. There are better games tonight. I think. Let me throw one out to you guys. And I know a lot of people won't like this. Duke has never beaten Florida State, ever. They're 0-22 all time. They've never won. Tonight, they're at home. They're off a bye. They're off a loss. They're bowl eligible with a win. They are better than Florida State. Florida State just isn't good. They're 1-5. Their quarterback stinks. They can't move the football. Okay? I look at Duke. I like their defense. They have a better quarterback. Florida State's been really good for a long time. It's not surprising they've always beaten Duke because Duke stinks generally. These are different teams now. Duke is a better team than Florida State. I think 3 is a fair number here. I'm willing to lay it. I'll also talk about Oklahoma State and Brigham Young. Oklahoma State's another team. Is a bye week going to fix their issues? Their coach is more worried about fucking cattle in his fucking, pen. Didn't he get kicked in the head or something? I heard a story about this.
No, I think he got his ass beat at a bar, but that's what he won't show his face.
That's possible. That said, I mean, BYU is legit. I don't know how they're doing it though, because they're not great at really anything. They don't run the ball.
They got a Jew at quarterback. That's why.
Yeah, they're just kind of good at everything. They're not great. They're good at everything.
They got a Jew at quarterback at a Mormon school. You can't do it. They're destined to win it all. So
that's a good point. Oklahoma State can't run the ball. Ollie Gordon's been a mess. I mean, they literally can't run the ball. The quarterback play has been problematic. I've heard they're going to look at a new quarterback. Just not things you want to do headed on the road to take on.
Have you heard that like shitbirds face what we call karma at some point? Because it's crazy. I was going to go down this checklist of shitbirds. I was going to do it one day on the show, and I was like, fuck, Ollie Gordon's in there. Like, Ollie Gordon's in there, and Tyreek, or what's his name, Tyree Rice, whatever his fucking name, he's in there. Rasheed Rice, without a D. He's in there, and then look at all the shitbirds that are on the list that just ironically got hurt or doesn't play. It's funny.
You know what I was thinking? I would love to see, what a really interesting fight would be? Coach JB against Mike Gundy. I feel like that would be
It wouldn't be interesting.
I feel like Gundy's kind of like got that,
that craziness to him.
He's like I could see him going to like an old saloon in like I don't know, Oklahoma somewhere and rustling up and grabbing that rope and throwing it around your fucking neck and strangling you.
Near my office.
I can see Coach Mike Gundy like biting JB in a fight. Like JB's choking him and he's winning, and I know where Mike just bites the shit out of him and he starts to change the whole fight. Like he's kind of like.
But couldn't you see Mike Gundy in one of them old like John Wayne movies? He's got like one of those fucking ropes and he throws it around JB's
hairs
neck.
everywhere, like electrocuted or something like that.
I would actually take it like I would take it lightly on him. It would be that bad.
Gundy's getting hit in the head with fucking by cattle, and he's just fine.
I mean, if he could take that, he could take a JB.
Cattle would knock you the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah. Let's dive into these games real quick by order. I got to ask you a couple of particular ones because the coach of the year's lines is in limbo, and I believe it comes down to a few coaches. Kalani Sitake is one of them at BYU.
Yeah,
but
he's
this
been
guy
great.
right here. This guy at Indiana is another one, maybe probably leading the pack right here. They look good since day one, as he said. Google me, I win. They play Nebraska. Nebraska is a one-loss team, obviously, to Illinois. Illinois turned around and lost another game. This game right here seems like it's a very, very impactful one, not only on this division, but on the country's playoff hopes. Where you at with this Indiana, Signetti-led Hoosier team versus Rule in Nebraska?
Well, they better enjoy Signetti because he ain't going to be there real long. This guy is on the short list of the best coaches in the country. It's that simple. This is how you motivate young people right here. Getting them to care about playing defense again, getting them to care about, running offense, having a good offensive line, all that sort of thing. He's been electric. And Indiana is really good at a lot of levels. They score touchdowns. They're a good defense. They do a lot of things I want as a gambler. They cover spreads. They're one of the best teams in the country at covering numbers. Coach, I've not seen one person on Indiana this week. It is Nebraska. And all I've heard is Indiana hasn't played anybody. Nobody's played anybody. Who's good in college football? Who does Texas played? I want to make that argument. I've made the argument. I still think, though, it's a little weak, especially in this case. Indiana's murdered every team they played. I'm not a big fan of Raiola. I think he's going to run into a really good defense here, too. I played this number at 4.5. It was the first game I played this week on the card. I bet it last Sunday. It's now 6.5. Everybody's coming in on taking Indiana or Nebraska here. I'm going to keep riding with Indiana. They've been good to me. I'll keep rocking with them.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Indiana as well. I just think
Me too.
I think college football is so mediocre that anybody can beat any of these five.
JB, I think football in general is mediocre. Not even just college, NFL, CFL.
Let me ask you, Smitty, if you have a schedule, so like Army, they haven't played anybody either, but Army is murdering every team they play. Indiana's Indiana's won every game by 14 or more points.
Yeah.
What more can I do? I don't set the schedule. The fucking administration does.
Something I always say, Jeff, is control what you can control. My head
Exactly.
coach will always say that, and you can't control who's on your schedule or how good or bad they are. All you think you can do is go out there and play for 4 quarters and dominate. That's what they're doing.
Let's ask ourselves, what teams are going to have or look for new coaches, right? Like big schools.
There's a few.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Would Florida State fire Norvell?
He has one more year, or at least a half a season next year, I think. Because last season they just went fucking undefeated basically. So
you got Florida for sure, probably.
So if you're Florida, you have to throw the bank at Cignetti. Cignetti's legit. He has won everywhere he's went.
The problem is he's 60-something years old, and it's Florida. It's Gainesville. Gainesville screams Lane Kiffin to me. I want a young, sexy guy that's going to be able to recruit Florida, and that's just how these people that hire think. They're not going to go hire an older guy like that, an old white guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe he'll just stay at Indiana, and maybe he'll be the next challenge to the Ohio States and the Michigan.
It's similar to USC, though. See, USC, I would love Cignetti there, but he's too old. Like, I could actually see Urban Meyer going to USC for 5 years.
Yeah, no, I think Urban's done though. So like when you say too old, are you saying from a standpoint of like recruiting or just like from optically it just doesn't look good?
Here's what happens. Cignetti holds you to the fire. He holds you to your word. He holds you to old school mentality like I do, right? And I'm 10, 15 years younger than him. You go to Florida and do that, Smitty, with the collective they have, and you can't grab a Miami kid because he's a shitbird and he demands $300K and he's a 3-star, and then Cignetti says, get fucked, and then he comes over there and the collective signed him, and then he benches him, and then he leaves. Cignetti's like, nah, fuck that. That's not Cignetti. It has to fit both parties. Cignetti wants full autonomy. That's why he went to Bloomington. Because nobody watches Bloomington, Indiana, and the fucking admin there wants a coach and wants to win and create a culture. You can't do that at Miami, Florida, Florida State, Alabama. All eyes are on them all the time. You're not going to take a 63-year-old that's going to demand again. You want a guy that's 40 who will allow. And that's the fucking unfortunate part of college football. So
well, listen, I'll just say this. The team he has is really good on both ends. And you know, look, Dylan Raiola is getting there, but he was terrible last game. Terrible against Rutgers. This is a really, really good defense too. Indiana, I believe, is off a bye as well. So I like this spot for Indiana. I also want to mention Miami, Louisville. Are we gonna talk about that game?
Let's do it right now. Jump into it.
Yeah, I want
to get your lock pick of college, and I'm going to give you an upset alert pick as well as a lock pick. So go ahead.
Me too.
Yeah, I think this could be an upset alert. I really do. Look, this is too many points to me. I mean, Louisville is a solid football team. They're really well coached. Shuck is a good quarterback. Miami just seems to be kind of living on the edge against good teams. Look, they should have lost to Cal. I mean, let's just be honest. They didn't. They found a way. But I think they're going to play in a lot of close games against good opponents. And this betting number is up to -5. That's a lot. That means Miami's got to win by margin. It's not a 3-point win. You know, if this is 2.5, maybe I look to Miami. But 5, I think Louisville's live in a high-scoring game, right? Both these teams will move the football. Both teams will throw the football. Miami is throwing the ball at a super high level. They have 400 passing yards a game. 40 yards more than anyone else. They're just chucking the ball. They're getting by. They're getting by and winning. This could be the end, though. Louisville's pretty good.
Here's my upset pick of the week. Or no. Let me give you an upset alert pick of the week to keep your eye on, because Notre Dame's been rolling. I think Georgia Tech slows them down tremendously this week. I think Georgia Tech can win the game, but I'm definitely going to take them in the points margin. I truly think Georgia Tech can be a team. They're better than people think. I think Georgia Tech hits a wall here. I'm sorry, Notre Dame hits a wall here. Notre Dame's been rolling ever since the NIU loss. Fucking nobody-ass school. Football's not mediocre, though.
No Illinois Maxim, this school.
And now I think Georgia Tech hits them. The other one is, I don't even know, because we know that Illinois is ranked higher but everyone knows Michigan would be obviously defending champ. That's another game I'm interested in, Jeff. Illinois, Michigan, and then Tennessee, Alabama. Those 3 games I want to talk to you real quick before you get out of here. What do you think about those 3 in particular?
Well, I want to explain something to you and your audience. This is fascinating to me. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many times do you think Michigan has been in the red zone this season? 6 games.
If I had to guess,
I would
say this is 6 games. Okay, so think about that.
12.
Nah, I would say 20.
11.
I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy.
I mean, but he just showed us, and what I think a lot of people would respond with, they would say,
now,
well,
red zone getting there and meaning -20, or do they go and score and you don't get that?
Just attempts getting into the red zone. Now people will say, well, Jeff, maybe they have a lot of big plays too. No, they're bottom 20 in America in plays over 10 yards. This offense is horrid. They're terrible. They're real bad. They have no quarterback play. They can't move the football. They're averaging under 100 yards a game throwing the football. They're just not good. That's not going to change. Now, defensively, they're very solid. They've got a good offensive and defensive line. That's going to try to stay in games. We just talked about Duke and it kind of being a big game. Illinois had this game circled. I've heard in that football room, they have this game circled. They're getting 3.5. This is a big celebration there. I think they're celebrating like 100 years as a program. They have the better quarterback in this game. They're getting 3.5. I agree, Coach. I think if you're leaning Illinois, I like Illinois. This Michigan team is poor, man. I don't, especially on offense. Someone's asking how many times have they scored a touchdown in the red zone. It's quite low. I got to get the number. I don't have it in front of me, but it's quite low.
Yeah, where you at, Tennessee, Alabama?
I leaned over. 2 offenses that I like. I know Nico's struggled a little bit recently, but I don't trust either defense. I think Miami or Alabama's kind of showed us who they are defensively. I think it's first to 30 wins.
First to 30 wins.
Yeah, that's interesting. Any other games real quick before you get out of here you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think Arkansas LSU is an interesting one. I think that's a fun game back and forth. That's a big upset spot. I think Arkansas could pull it off. Pittman's really good as an underdog. The coach there, he hasn't done a lot of things well, but he has been good as an underdog. That game was a back and forth game last year. LSU, when they play a good offense, they've kind of struggled. I know they did okay last week, but Dart threw a couple of picks. I kind of like it over in that game. I could see Arkansas winning the game as well.
Where are you at with? Let me ask you a question real quick. Contender or pretender? Texas A&M.
I think they're a contender. I think Mike Elko said it's the best defense he's ever had as a coach. They got a Mississippi State team that, they've been hanging around in games. I got to give Mississippi State a little credit. A&M's not rolling by margin, but they have a really good defense. Their quarterback's finally healthy. I think their defensive line, they're good in the trenches. I think they're pretty legitimate. Are they going to win the SEC? No, but I think they're a group that can contend.
Jeff, and the reason why our defense is so dominant at large part is because their defensive coordinator who they acquired this year named Jay Bateman, a guy who's was my defensive coordinator at Ball State, has climbed the rankings. Shout out to Coach Bateman, man, for getting those boys right. Just want to shout out my D coordinator for that. JB, jump back in.
Shout out to him.
He's not very good.
Jay Bateman was your defensive. I want to say he was at Army for a period of time.
Yes, he was. He left Ball State, went to Army. We played Army when he was there. When we had our other D coordinator, who I'm not going to name, different coaching staff, wasn't as great as the older one. But I had some really good coaches at Ball State my first couple years, and they all obviously used the MAC as a stepping stool to elevate and go somewhere else.
I'll tell you what, as a guy that watches, like, that's a good coach, man. That's impressive.
Very good coach. And Joey Lynch is over there. I think it's Texas A&M as well. Joey Lynch was the guy who recruited me to go to Ball State. He was the quarterback coach. Joey Lynch is the son of Billy Lynch, who was the former IU head coach years ago. I'm sure you guys know. Shout out to Joey Lynch as well. So just shout out my coaches who have elevated and went on to grander pastures.
Very average coach. Hey, Jeff, appreciate you jumping in here. I wish you were coming down this weekend, man. Shaun's flying in after the show. He's flying in. I'm going to pick him up in the airport. We're going to do a little poker tomorrow. Food.
Eric Weddle's driving in.
Eric Weddle's going to drive in.
Oh, really?
Steve Kim, like literally is a whole. I'm pulling up.
Sounds like a lot of men hanging out together.
Well, we can't say everybody else.
Look, when you get older, Jeff, when you get older, see,
I know.
you and Smitty's still young. He doesn't understand. When you get older, sometimes it's like guys' weekend. This is a guy's type of thing.
I know.
We'll have a few around maybe, but you know.
I'm just fucking around.
But Smitty's married. Smitty's married. He doesn't need to see anyone.
Now, is he going to stay with you or is he?
Shaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, stay with me. I got a spare room, so you know. I got
Will you both get in that hot tub?
Nah, I unplugged it right now because Edison's fucking me right now on the bill, and I was like, "Fuck you." So I'm actually gonna install in ground one.
Nothing says getting back at the fucking company by just unplugging the fucking hot tub. Fuck those company.
Jeff, by the way, just to kind of tease you a little bit and create some FOMO, JB's fixing it. We don't say it no more. JB's fixing smoked sausage, bacon wrapped wings, sliders.
No. Time out. I didn't put a comma, so it's not your fault. But when you text, I don't fucking put commas and grammatically correct. Shaun, Jeff, I'm gonna smoke sausages wrapped in bacon. I'm gonna barbecue me some wings. I'm gonna make pork and beef. I'm gonna make pork and beef back ribs. I'm gonna smoke those. I'm gonna make some sliders, onion garlic burger sliders. They're fire. And then I'm gonna make some tri-tip. I'm gonna smoke a tri-tip. And then we'll have a bunch of other shit, you know, chips,
barbecue baked beans.
I gotta say, man,
and then one of his girls makes some buffalo chicken dip as the appetizer. I can't wait.
I gotta say,
I have some girls coming.
You know the menu's legit when you get the menu before. That's
my mouth watering right now.
Hey Jeff, I prepared today.
What'd you sell? What did you sell? A kilo of cocaine to pay for that meal? Christ almighty. What did that cost?
You mean like the bobsledder?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Let's bring the man in real quick before Jeff leaves real quick.
The Tulane legend.
I heard about that.
Hey, have you heard about this cocaine runner, man? He's a fucking bobsledder or a skier or something, and he's just like, he's having dudes off, which is in Jeff's lane. Then he's moving major weight, and then he's out there winning like skiing events.
You lying?
Hey, that's one of Jeff buddies in his section when they be at all the local nurses every week.
Yeah, that guy. Hey, guys,
he's a snowboarder.
This guy moves 60 kilos. That's a lot of weight, man. On a regular basis.
For real?
60 tons. My apologies. 60 tons. That's a lot of drugs, man.
Jeff, think about the irony though. Like, he's a drug dealer selling coke, and he's a snowboarder.
Hey,
that's a cold ass name.
Hey, shout out to Big Meats getting released to Halfway House or whatever that he just got.
Big Meats release.
I want to. Can I just comment? LeBron James. That's an insane. LeBron James shouted that out. That's insane.
Right.
That's an insane tweet, dude.
Big Meats is big in the community, man. He's
Big Meats is a fucking scumbag parasite.
Big Meats is you don't know Big Meats, man.
Why didn't LeBron shout out P. Diddy though? I'm tripping.
Yeah, right. Good point.
Cool with Diddy.
Good point.
Big Meats is a hustler from the Midwest who had to find his way out, man. That's what it is. Good dude.
Hey, good luck in the games, guys. See ya.
I'll see you.
All right, then, Jeff Nadu.
Peace.
Jeff gonna get beat up one day. He be talking strong about the crime people. He be going. He's the scum of the earth. He's a motherfucker.
He has like real. He's had real beef.
I know. You just slow down a little bit, Jeff.
He don't give a fuck either. It's crazy to me. Like
I get being tough, but shit, I ain't fucking. What's going on, Shaun? How you doing, man?
Somebody gonna whoop Jeff ass for the year.
Is your bag packed, man? Are you ready? You got your toothbrush, your toothpaste? Are you excited?
So something that you'll learn about me. I wear flip flops every day of the year.
Florida boy.
Outside of it being a major event, so it's very easy. I got a brown pair and a black pair that I buy a new pair probably every 2 months just so they stay fresh.
Yeah.
Pair of shorts, couple shirts, ready to rock and roll.
There it is.
We don't need much. You know what I mean? Because Shaun's a married man.
Yeah.
You don't need much. You know what I'm saying? He's not asking me about where the girls at. Shit like you are though. Smitty's crazy. You're married though, but it's weird.
I literally did not say where the girls is at. I made a comment to JB about JB lying about him getting girls. He don't get girls. Let's go ahead and move forward.
Yeah, we all know that's not true. But Smitty, let's dive into we got Shaun here real quick before he flies here. I'll pick him up. Of course, I'll do everything.
I hope I can get out of here. Man, the wind blowing about 100 miles an hour outside right now.
You know what? Crazy, because it's blowing here. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
It's perfect out here where I'm at.
It's coming your way, though, Smitty. That's how the world works. I don't know if you know that's science.
Nah, the wind is moving east, so we good.
No, it never started. But then you would have had it then. And then it started there then, but it didn't.
It happened last night. It happened when I was asleep. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going east, so it's about to go past you, and we'll be good. I thought the joke course.
So in spite of the wind, because if the wind blowing like that, won't be no barbecuing. That grill ain't gonna stay hot.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Mine do. I might cover.
It's a hell of a weekend of football. Man, it was a good weekend to be coming down there. I'm excited, brother. I will tell you this. I've asked multiple people, because I got a lot of friends in Cali, where the hell Moreno Valley is, and everybody got to go look that up. So
it's in the fucking boonies, homie. Hey, put like this, Shaun. I'm in actual LA. It takes me almost 2 hours to get there.
No, it don't. By the way,
I'm
not in Moreno Valley, but I'm in like a what do they call that? Like a
suburb?
Nah, it's like a new area that's like
okay,
Yeah.
I and JB we trust, baby.
Hey, I got all my shit covered. I got an outdoor kitchen. We ready to go. We good. I smoke, barbecue. All that shit will be gone tomorrow anyway. Because we're doing the boat Sunday, Shaun. If it's just me and you. Because Steve Kim don't want to go.
I came to hang down with my homeboy. I've already prepared myself that Smitty's going to hit us with the
farmers market.
So, yeah. So
no, I'm there tomorrow for sure. Wife already know. That's like I'm hanging out with the wife today. Sunday I'm going to be with her. Tomorrow, it's all y'all. I'm pulling up early. I'll be there around 10 a.m. I'm going to be there all 10 a.m. to probably 6, 7, then I'm gonna head out.
6, 7? We got cats coming at 6 or 7. We're doing it all day, all night thing. I mean, why are you leaving at 6 or 7? That's early.
So
if you give me 10 to 6, if you give me 10 to 6, that'll be cool as long as I see you on Sunday. If I'm not gonna see you on Sunday, then I need to see you through the finale of the Saturday night games.
All right, I'll make that happen there.
Yeah.
So what is that telling you? What is you saying?
It'd be the finale then, because I ain't gonna see y'all Sunday.
Okay.
This motherfucker scared of water, Shaun. God,
I'm not scared of water.
I gotta break the brothers fucking thing, this whole swimming thing and all that. You gotta go, homie. You gotta
I get on water all the time. I want to get on the yacht. I have a Sunday job, homie. You got one job. You do this show and it's it. Homie. I have 3 freelance jobs to make money. I ain't getting enough money.
I'm gonna have this motherfucker out. I'm gonna invite him out just solo. Just like I'm gonna get him on.
Let's do it any other day. Don't pick Sunday.
I'm gonna fucking push this motherfucker in the water, homie, and I'm gonna make that motherfucker figure it out.
You know,
JB,
that's how you break that shit.
JB, our next dark day. Let's go anytime. Sunday don't work for me. I have the script right. I have the script right for one of my jobs, homie.
Hey, JB, you know he's from Indiana. You know him and Whitlock grew up with them above ground pools. So
hell yeah,
Doughboy. They're not
We did have the above ground pool. I will say that we did have the above ground pool.
Doughboy,
that is a fact.
Doughboy.
That's a fact, Shaun.
Let's dive right into the ball real quick, right into your neck of the woods in Vegas. Max Crosby come out and said some interesting things that Detroit Lions fans probably got their little wee-wees hard about. Take a listen to Max Crosby and his take on the Raiders organization.
I'm not here to rebuild. I'm here to win. So, I don't know whatever that means, but yeah, I'm here to win now, and wherever I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be here to win. So that's all that matters to me.
We said whatever I'm gonna be, and then he took a step back. He said, "I'm gonna be here." I'm like, "Nah, motherfucker. What you mean wherever I'm gonna be? What does that mean?"
Shaun, this is what I've heard, and you tell me what you've heard. I've heard that it's free game on anybody in Vegas, because I've heard that once they let Devontae go, that this is a all-out deal. Anybody can be traded. We got to get a young QB in the building, and it sounds like they've just basically shitted on AP. From everything that I can tell. Now you got rumors out there Tom Brady's going to bring Bill Belichick. I mean, it's just, if I'm AP, I'm irate at this point. Like, man, you motherfuckers, man. But here's the thing. I wouldn't be shocked if Max goes to Detroit. I wouldn't be shocked if Max goes to the Cowboys. I'm just saying, I think there's some heads going to be spinning.
Cowboys.
Yeah, he's from Texas. Here's the thing.
They already got 2 ends, though. They already got 2 really good. They got DeMarcus and Micah.
I think Mike is gone. Here's the thing, Shaun. Here's what I gotta think this way outside the box. Don't you see that this is like if you look at that offense in Oakland or in Vegas, do you see the wideouts they got?
So let's rewind a little bit, JB. Here's where I think it got funky for Antonio. First of all, they didn't pursue Justin Fields or Russell Wilson.
Or Bryce Young.
Well,
I'm sorry, Jaden Daniels.
Well, I didn't think they could get Jaden Daniels. I think the Commanders knew Jaden was the best quarterback in the draft. They were going to take him, just based on the conversations that I had with Kingsbury when he was coming to the Raiders. So let's just start with free agency, which happens before the draft. They didn't pursue Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, who are much better quarterbacks than Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. The OC they went after, Cliff Kingsbury, left at the altar, and they end up hiring Luke Getsy, who's coming off of what in Chicago. So now Devontae Adams is always looking at your sideline from the beginning, right? Max Crosby's always said here locally, if Devontae leaves, I'm leaving. So now you got AP in a real pickle, right? You think AP wanted Gardner Minshew? I don't even know if AP knew who Luke Getsy was. So, like, that's the thing. Like, when you get one of these jobs as a young head coach, but you don't control some of the decision-making, it puts you in this position. Now, it's better to trade Max Crosby than to have a disgruntled Max Crosby, right? I mean, Devontae Adams showed you what they do. My hamstring hurt, dog. I can't go.
Max ain't that guy that's like that trade me or I'm gonna loaf guy. He's not. He don't have it in him.
He's not, but you kind of owe it to him because obviously y'all not headed in the right direction. And then and what's going to be interesting is I think Mark Davis is looking at Tom Brady as this savior to come in and make all the right decisions. And it's Brady's first time through it. So, I mean, he's going to be learning as he goes.
Hey, Cody, by the way, in the chat, I know Max, obviously, recruiting him and knowing him pretty well. He's been on the show, and I talk to him quite often. He was born in Michigan, and he grew up in Texas, contrary to your fucking belief, genius. But anyway...
Hey, JB, before we leave that topic, they got to do better in being able to manage trading players. And I know
they've been horrible.
I know Devontae Adams is a conditional third, but he's not making first or second team all NFL this year. So that's going to be a third-round pick. How in the hell do the Browns get more for Amari Cooper from the Bills than y'all got for Devontae Adams? Like, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Here's the thing. I want to know if since I think 2020, the draft, the Raiders draft has been atrocious, like the worst in the NFL, and they haven't made any moves of significance. I think
last year in the second round they drafted Meyer, who's not playing right now for personal reasons, whatever that means. Last year in the first round they drafted a DN from Texas Tech. He hadn't turned into anything. They drafted Brock Bowers. In the first round
he fell to him though. They didn't make him.
They got him baller.
But Brian Thomas was available when they selected him. Xavier Worthy, like all of these guys who are producing right now, making explosive plays, were available. So you could have one of these young, talented wide receivers where you weren't as caught up as you mentioned. Look at that receiver room. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah. But if you ain't got a guy who can give him the ball, those guys I would say wouldn't look the same in Vegas right now. Those same guys.
What Super Bowl contending team do you know that went second round pick, tight end, first round pick the next year?
I never heard of it.
I never heard of it in my life.
Come on, man.
And then they don't do. You don't have to do what I say, but they don't even do what I mentioned.
Right. They don't even play in 12.
Let's get into 12 and isolate Devontae Adams and throw him the fucking ball. They didn't even do that. I'm just like, what the fuck did you get 2 tight ends for?
You let Josh Jacobs go because you don't want to pay him. You alienate a really good player, and now your running back room is more. Like, I just don't understand some of the decisions. None of it has been in line with helping AP be successful as the head coach, in my opinion. None of it.
I agree wholeheartedly with that one. And then you bring Tom Brady in, which is a shock. I don't get still. And then he's in there now. And now it's kind of like, oh, what is he going to bring to the table? I don't know. I don't get it. I just kind of
I don't think Brady and Belichick are as lovey-dovey as people think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think that's a good PR move though for both of them. So Hey, real quick, I want to play Factor Cap with both of you guys real quick since we didn't get to do it with Smitty. This is like a new Hell Yeah, Hell No segment. We still got Hell Yeah, Hell No, but we're going to do a fast pace.
High energy, Shaun. We need you high energy for this one. 5-hour energy type of energy.
Backflip, like a backflip, Shaun. You need to get up and do a backflip. Fact or Cap, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the code from our there. All right, let's go. Fact or Cap. Shaun first. Smitty, you're last.
Fuck.
Fact or Cap. Denver Broncos are a playoff team.
Cap.
Ooh, Smitty.
Cap.
Fact.
Man,
Big
Bo,
Cap.
man, Bo Nix is terrible.
I don't care. They're a playoff team in a horrible, horrible AFC.
Man, Bo Nix is god awful.
Fact. They're a horrible team.
You know how hard it is to do this? Do you know how hard it is to do that right there? You got two guys wide open, and you bounce the ball in the middle of them.
But look, hey, Shaun, you and I are quarterback guys. That delivery right there, and let me show you. This is what the thing is.
Fundamentals are so bad.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know what that is, though? Quarterbacks out there listening to what we got to say. That is unconfident, non-confident QB because this motherfucker didn't just stand in there and drill that motherfucker. This motherfucker put his back foot, Shaun, in front. Look at that motherfucker's back foot goes in front of him. What the fuck is that, homie?
Wide open. He threw the ball in between both of them. Like
to JB's point, he lacked so much confidence in making the throw to where he was like, I don't know if I can get the ball to either one of them, so I'm going to just try to softly get it in the vicinity and hope that one of them just makes a play. And he threw it at the one spot you couldn't throw it at.
Here's the thing.
He lucky he had Herb Street last night because Herb Street let him live because he missed some throws to the tight end on some like extended plays. I was like,
here's the thing. I'm saying fact though because they got one of the best defenses in football.
No cap. Surtain's hurt right now. No,
he'll be back.
No.
They still got one. They still got one of the best defenses in football. They've won 4 games.
You're in the AFC West, homie. The Chiefs gonna win the division. You still got to worry about the Chargers right there. Cap.
They're not going to the playoffs.
This shitty ass team got 4 wins.
Okay, they're not going to the playoffs.
All right, let's go. It's too long, Smitty. You don't do it right.
That's on you.
Fact or cap. The Saints will fire Dennis Allen by season's end.
Fact. 100%.
I'm gonna say cap. I'm gonna call cap.
No,
I don't like Smitty's energy. He usually does like he's just horrible today. I'm gonna say fact. All three fact. Fact or cap. Fact or cap. Kawhi Leonard should retire.
Fact.
I guess to say fact on that one. I don't like Kawhi's been hurt too much. I love Kawhi on the court, but we don't see him on the court. This knee ain't right, and it won't get right.
I would have bet money Smitty would have said cap, but all right, Smitty.
You don't know me, homie. It's the thing. I'm so fucking.
I'm changing you for the better. It's a good deal. Fact or cap. Fact or cap. Texas A&M are serious SEC contenders.
Fact.
They got the best D coordinator in the country and Jake Bateman over there. They got my guy Joey Lynch who recruited Big Smitty. Yes, I love everything they're doing over there.
Hey,
fact.
And here's something that people don't talk about. They have depth at quarterback because when Wegman got hurt, that young kid came in and played pretty good. So unlike a lot of other teams, they could still be productive with whichever quarterback's in the game. Elko, boy, look at here. I don't never want nobody to tell me about Jimbo Fisher being a great coach again.
No doubt. He's on borrowed players that he don't even want, some of them. Fact or cap. Alabama will make a national title run.
Cap. Alabama's losing to Tennessee tomorrow.
I'm going to say big cap as well. They'll be in the playoffs, of course, but don't be surprised to get knocked out first round.
I'm gonna call cap on them making the playoffs. I think Alabama ends with 3+ losses. They've already got one to Vandy. They're going to lose tomorrow to Tennessee. They'll drop another one.
We'll see. Fact or cap? Fact or cap? Georgia beats Texas.
Fact.
Big cap.
Wait,
big cap.
Fact. FACT. Ding, 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 ding. Upset special tomorrow.
Cap. Texas is the best team in the country, Shaun. Texas is the best team in the country, Shaun. Stop.
Bulldogs.
Stop it, homie.
Here's Texas's problem. First of all, Quinn Ewers can get rattled. He can play elite football, but you can't get to him, i.e. the college football semifinal game versus Washington. Now, he's got the other thing, too. Like, he went to Tuscaloosa last year, played his butt off. But for Texas, this is a massive upgrade in competition this year. They've really had a cupcake schedule up to this point. Georgia's tried, true, and tested. Tough games against Kentucky. They lost to Bama in a shootout. I'm telling you,
Bama.
They're better prepared for this game, in my opinion, than Texas is.
Put 20 on it right now. Put 20 on it right now.
Yes, bet. Hey,
$20, bet good.
Georgia outright tomorrow.
Hey, that's one of y'all buy-ins for poker tomorrow. So do that.
Oh yeah.
Fact or cap? Pete Carroll will coach again.
Cap.
I'm gonna say fact. I don't know where. I don't know if it's gonna be college, NFL, but he'll Little League. He'll coach again though.
Here's why I say cap. He can't get an NFL job, and I think his peers will talk him out of taking a college job because of the landscape with NIL and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm going to say cap as well. I think Belichick will get one, though, because of his resume. Fact or cap? Indiana stays undefeated versus Nebraska.
This is a tough one.
Hell yeah.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with fact, man. I mean, at some point we gotta believe in Indiana. I think this is the one win where they might actually start getting like some real respect. What's that guy's name? Signelli? Is that the guy from James Madison? Yeah, like he down there putting in work. So all right, I'm gonna roll with it based on what he did at JMU and what he's doing in Indiana. Nebraska's a good but not great team. So if Indiana's for real, this is a winnable game. I'm going with Indiana.
He in my state.
Fact or cap?
Maybe you didn't answer.
Indiana stays undefeated. Fact. Fact or cap? The Dodgers win the World Series. It's not even close. This Met series ain't even a fucking series. I didn't even watch the game. I'm watching that. He just saying that because of me, Smitty. He just saying that because I said it's not even a series. It's not even, their pitching's unbelievable. They're shutting everybody out. The Dodgers will win the World Series.
Mookie has been on fire. Shohei's been heating up. They're not even in the same room as us right now.
Listen, first of all, the ruler must be crooked. So let me get something straight. I don't acquiesce to no other man with my opinions. If I got an opinion, it ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm saying cap because they got a lotto run going. How in the hell can you utilize all these pitchers and none of them have an off night? Like historically, we've never seen this. So I feel
33 innings in a row. I think they have 55 out of 62 innings.
That's
no
what I'm saying.
Shutout.
Hey, Smitty. At some point, some of these guys gonna have a bad out.
Nah, not this year.
Your whole pitching staff can't come in for a 1.5 innings and everybody be Gucci.
And Shaun, by the way, it's without Kershaw.
Kershaw wasn't part of the team, no way. He's just on the roster.
Hey, I'm just telling you, the pitching's on a high. But remember though, y'all saying cap with a team that everyone said they don't have any pitching, and this team is dominating the whole league in pitching right now in the playoffs when it matters.
Hey, watch this. Hey, when they get to the Bronx, I'm betting on them bats in New York. I ain't rolling with Yamamoto and Flaherty and Bueller, who pulled up like a
Bueller balling.
You gotta get out of Chavez Ravine first. Hey, homie, Chavez Ravine is who hosts first. We got the best record in baseball.
Hey, listen, all of that stuff gonna regress back to the norm.
You shitting in one hand, wishing in another hand right now. The Dodgers are the best team in the world.
The Padres were the best team in baseball. They got unlucky.
Padres. We don't. That's like the saying the Clippers are better than the Lakers.
We took care of them a long time ago.
Mets in 5. I mean, Yankees in 5.
Oh hell no!
You sound crazy. You know what I mean?
The Dodgers, the Yankees don't match up versus the Dodgers at all. We saw this year. The Dodgers dominated the Yankees head up.
Hey, them bats match up against everybody.
Nah. All right, fact or cap? The Giants beat the Eagles.
Fact. I go fact.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go cap. The Eagles aren't that good.
The Eagles aren't that good.
It's a shitty game, but
And the
Eagles is a
Giants
better
get Malik
team.
Neighbors back, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants are really good on defense. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, I've been saying it.
Saquon gonna have over 200 total yards.
Oh,
total yards, catching, rushing combination.
Giants
Ruffle
on defense
he
are
gonna
good.
catch 50 out the backfield. The
Giants
Eagles will
are
win
good.
this game.
Giants are good.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
All right, it's Free Game Friday, Shaun and Smitty. You got to understand this question and just grasp it and take it for what it is. You got to use it in your mind, however you want to use it.
Okay.
Fact or cap? Feet over hands. Take your time, homie. Sexy done up feet, sexy done up hands. Showing your feet, showing your hand. Smitty like rubbing feet for some fucking reason.
Hey,
I don't. What feet over hands, homie? Fact.
So when you
Everybody's saying fact in the chat. Everybody fact over feet. You got
No,
some
I
weird-
was waiting on
that's some
Shine.
weird- Yo, some weird motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I was waiting on
in the chat.
Shine. For me, no. I like when a woman got pretty toes. My woman got to take care of her feet. That's every week, every 2 week, whatever. Keep them toes done. Keep them feet soft.
It ain't just look though. It's got a lot of shit going with feet, homie.
Hey,
So-
hey, I'm more hands over feet. Just because
You're
I'm gonna
saying
see and feel the hands way more than I'm gonna see and feel the feet.
I agree.
I
And I'm
like
a
that,
hands
Tay.
man.
I like that.
I'm a hands man, Smitty. Like if your hands are fucked up, I can't fuck with you. If
Or if they feel like sandpaper.
if a female walk up to me like Gorgon or something, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck are we doing? And this motherfucker got calcium deposits on her fucking nails, and you know that white shit that be on their nail, and they don't have their fucking nails painted, and they finger. If their fingers are stubby, I can't fuck with them, Shaun. I need longer, skinnier, nice, sexy hands. I can't
Have y'all seen the chat?
No.
Y'all chat is why 70% of the OnlyFans pages are profitable. Like y'all got a bunch of foot fetish soldiers in the chat, man.
Hey, I told you. That's what I said. I said motherfuckers were all saying feet. I was like, oh, weirdo motherfuckers. Hey, the crazy part is
I like some pretty toes. I like some pretty toes. I think that's a part of a woman. Now, your hands need to be clean. Like for me, hands just need to be taken care of. Like clean nail. I don't want no woman with no dirty nail. You a woman, like they clean, shaped well. Whether they painted or not, I don't care. Clean, lotion up, soft. Keep it simple. The toes got to be done though. No brainer.
Yeah, and I got a issue because I used to growing up in the hood, Shaun. We used to go to the club, and these bitches walk around barefooted in the club, and I just I lost all respect for women at that point. Let's dive into real quick before you get
All
out of here.
respect for women. He's crazy.
Before you get out of here, we got some hell yeah, hell no, but I got to get your take on tonight's game. Oregon is a game on a short week. Does Purdue have any shot at upsetting them at all?
What's the spread, Bailey?
I think it's like fucking 30, isn't it? 28 or something.
Let me go to Bet US and see what they got going on. That's our
Bet US.
I think it's like 28, 29, 28 and a half, something like that. It's like 27, 28 and a half, something like that.
Oregon, Purdue, 29 and a half.
Ooh.
I would take Purdue plus the points. What do you think about this? And tell me if you think I'm crazy or not. Oklahoma State.
No.
Look bad.
No shot. No shot.
Let him finish.
I personally texted my boy Kalani and said, you better mud stomp this weirdo fuck in Mike Gundy.
Let him build up. Keep going, Shaun.
Mike Gundy, this is kind of that point of the season where they do something strange for some change. You know what I mean? Like, is BYU really a college football playoff team? Like,
they not like us.
I'm thinking of sprinkling just a little bit on the Cowboys plus 10.
Just a little sprinkle, Shaun.
BYU, the storming Mormon, led by a Jew, will rock you through and through.
Right.
Whether it's OKC to Stillwater or the Bayou. BYU is the true.
You going crazy right now.
Yeah, drop that motherfucker.
Only thing you need to add at the end was this right here. and you be good to go. I don't know about that one though, Shaun. I don't know.
I'm just saying, be careful in Provo tonight.
All right. I'm gonna be tuned in and locked in, man. Let me ask you, who you got in this Colorado Arizona game?
I think Arizona wins. I really
Straight
do.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Can I ask you why? Are you a believer in Fafita and was it McMillan or T-Mac or whatever?
Yeah, and I just think.
Wait, Shaun said he got Arizona?
Yeah.
Me too. I got whoever plays Colorado every week.
I don't have that. I'm not anti-Colorado.
I'm not either. That's good for business. I'm going against Colorado every week. I hope they win.
What if Ball State play Colorado? Who would you pick?
Ball State.
Oh, all right.
Hey, Shaun, go ahead. Break that game down.
I was going to side with the home team. This game was in Tucson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to go whoever the home team was. I think Colorado put a lot of emotion, energy, effort into that Kansas State game. And not only did they lose it, they came out of it pretty banged up. So now you're going to a wounded Arizona team who's kind of like back against the wall. I think they're like 3-3, like probably still holding out hope that they can backdoor the Big 12 title game. So they've had this game circled. So I just think it's going to be emotionally in favor of Arizona. I've told people, by the way, let me speak on something right quick.
There you go.
Why did Travis Hunter come out and say anything regarding his Heisman chances, especially anything that would look down upon Ashton Genty in the process?
That's what I said.
RG3 asked him a question. He just answered it, being young. Didn't answer it in a way that's proper or PC. RG3 asked him a question. He answered the question. That's what it's as simple as that.
So
no, he didn't.
It's
not simple as that.
What Coach Sanders has done at CU is historical as far as branding, imaging.
Historical.
He took a brand nobody thought about and made it a national brand, and you get all the windfall that comes with that off the field.
Yeah.
But it also creates a very divisive, clear line. People either love you or hate you. There's nothing in the middle. And so Travis has the hope that there's enough love out there for a player on a team that's probably not a championship caliber team for him to get enough momentum to even be invited to the Heisman. Forget winning it. I thought the one thing he had going for him was everybody liked him. And then he gets up there and talks. I don't even matter about him promoting himself, but when you try and diminish what GT's doing, now you just had 15% of the people that kind of were indifferent. Oh, hell, he's just one of those guys. Because they already hate Shador for the most part. Everybody outside of Colorado. Just because, whether they're jealous, envious, whatever the emotion may be, they're not big fans of his.
Shaun, here's my take. I just have never heard a Heisman candidate.
Right, promote himself
and downplay another one. And then the take itself was so dumb to talk about.
It seems so
running back.
Travis.
A running back it's not even him. That's why I brought up to Smitty. I'm like, dog, this cat's a 4.0. We never hear from him. And then all of a sudden you're out there. That tells me that screams Dion, screams marketing. It screams, let's push it. We're not in the news enough. We just lost. Let's take all eyes off of our loss. It's like, what are we doing, homie? This kid's a good, genuine kid up to this point. And now we get this dumb take. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm sure if I look at everything you ever said throughout your coach career or your podcast career, I can find a whole compilation list of dumb shit or shit that you probably, you wouldn't say it, but you should take back. So at the end of the day, y'all, when you got a microscope on you all the time, being in Colorado, you're going to say some shit that you shouldn't say sometimes.
Hey, Smitty, you know what's interesting is I don't think it's a Colorado thing. I think it's a social media thing.
Yep.
And when your income,
which he stayed out of, by the way.
Right, when your wealth comes from the size of your social media following.
Yeah.
I've noticed that these kids now really get involved with the comment section on those pages, on those different platforms. Like you can hear it in their answers, you can see it in their energy. Like they really are reading like what some egg says. Like, damn, Smitty brushed his hair too much. So now Smitty's gonna be very constant to make sure I brush my hair even more.
Yeah.
Like you can see it coming out. Like I wouldn't give a good goddamn what they say in the comments about me.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to transition to some why I say football is becoming so soft. The NFL, another team is going to move into a dome. Another NFL team that plays outside is going to move inside. And we got an old school video, Ray Lewis, who's coming out and we've seen this before, some of us basically going off. Take a look at Ray Lewis when they practice outdoors because of a little bit of rain.
You know, we could have stayed outside. We could have stayed outside, Zeus. It's just football. Lord have mercy. A little rain and we got to come inside every time. A little hot outside, we got to come inside every time. Man, we're going to start being soft as bread pudding. I'm telling you, man. Football is supposed to hurt. Training camp is supposed to hurt. So when the season get here, it's easy. If we get used to this now, it's irrelevant.
He was Nostradamus, dog. He was speaking that shit way back then because we saw the writing on the wall. Now we got another team. What team was it, baby, that's moving into a dome? Does anyone know? So somebody said that they're building a dome now because they don't want to play outside as much as they have to. I'm just like, damn, dog. Football used to be the great game, Smitty. Shaun were the ones in the rain and the snow in the playoffs.
Hey, he's speaking facts.
I mean, listen, y'all played in the MAC. I played at Ball State. We just got an indoor like 2 years ago. So every time it was snowing and raining in November, October, as long as it wasn't no lightning, we are outside playing and you know, doing what you got to do. So you Vaselined up, long sleeve, whatever you got to do to get ready. You might put the hoodie on during practice with the jerk, whatever you have to do. We was outside hitting in the cold. I'm from Indiana, so this is normal shit to me. You a Florida boy, you a Cali boy, so I know to y'all it's a little different to be outside when it's negative 10 degrees, negative 5 wind chill. That's my environment. I was born in the darkness. Y'all have to adjust to it. It's regular shit to me.
Well, first of all, Tulane still don't have an indoor. That's why they're a better football team than Ball State because they still tough. They still go outside and brave the elements.
And I played my whole college and pro career in Kansas.
And when I played for the Bucks, our indoor was the parking garage structure next door to our facility.
Yeah, but you play for the Bucks though, Tampa, which is hot all day.
Rains a lot.
We outside in it.
Rain is nothing.
We outside in it though. That's why when y'all, I was bored in the dark, guys. Come down there, you on the sideline with your oxygen tanks and your fans, and we over there just having a good old time.
I've been to Florida. I live in LA.
Hey,
Very
Shaun,
comfortable environment.
Shaun, you want a piece of my action?
On what?
I bet $100 to Smitty that Vandy covers and beats Ball State by 50.
When is that game?
That game is tomorrow, and I told T. Rich, since y'all couldn't beat Vandy, don't worry about your brother. I got your back, T. Rich.
Let me look up some numbers, JB.
It's like 20. It's like 26.5 right now. Spread, I think.
We're not gonna give him 50 if the number 26.
He already gave me 50. Bet good. No, bet good, homie. Bet good. Easy money. Easy money.
I'm talking for me getting involved.
Well, I might not. If you ain't giving me 50 here, we probably ain't gonna bet, homie.
No, I'm not giving you 50 in the number 26.5.
Well, you already gonna owe me 20 after the bet we just made on the what we bet on Texas, Georgia. JB gonna owe me 100, so I'm gonna be up 120.
Hey.
I ain't playing poker this weekend. I'm just be up and chill.
Georgia winning outright, man.
We can make that bet $40. I don't care, homie. I know Texas winning that game. That's how confident I am.
What opponent has Texas played that has you this confident?
This weekend. I see with my eyes. I've seen with my eye. I've seen the talent on that team. It don't matter who they play. It's about how they play. I don't care about the opponent. It's what I'm seeing from within that team the year.
Hey, Shaun, we got some topics. I got some topics that I want to get Smitty riled up on before you get out of here. And,
I don't even like this topic. I'm about to ask Bailey why this
today.
topic is in here. It's from 3 years ago. It's kind of weird that the timing don't make sense. But go ahead, though.
It's telling you why he's still hurt. That's the why.
It don't make no sense for this to be in here for 3 years ago.
I put it in, homie, because I got.
I'm gonna be real with you. It was bad.
Inside sources.
Bad production by you to put a topic from fucking 3 years ago.
Yeah,
it might be 2025. You put
you know why? Because the Colts are dumb. Because the Colts are dumb for drafting them. The Colts are dumb for drafting them.
That's stupid, homie.
Show it, baby. Shaun, IR5 got hurt dancing, homie.
And 2021 at fucking Florida was a fucking true freshman. And JD's bringing this topic up to a show.
Yeah.
Talk about reaching.
Yes, that's why he's shitty. That's why he's shitty. That's why he's shitty.
So here's why it's relevant, Smitty.
Yes, thank you. Smitty,
Of course. You old heads always want to stay locked in.
Smitty's a micro thinker, Sean. He's a
the
micro
truth
thinker.
don't have an age. The truth don't have an age. It's just the damn truth. The relevance is, did he miss the majority of last year again due to injury?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is he coming back off of being out for 2-3 weeks again off of injury?
Yes.
He missed 1 week. He missed 1 week.
He missed more than 1 week.
He missed a week and a half.
No, Flacco played the Titans game and the game before.
That's the game he got hurt. He got hurt that game, and then he missed the next game. He's back this week. Try again.
He's missed more than he's played, though.
He still is hurt again.
Homie. Stop defending this motherfucker.
He's very healthy.
He's not healthy.
Hey,
he's very healthy.
I got him in fantasy, so I'm pulling for him this week because Dak Prescott's on the bye, which I would drop Dak Prescott. I should. He's garbage. So I had to pick up Anthony Richardson, who was available on the waiver wire in fantasy football. So I hope he can at least get through this game healthy and upright.
Hasn't Flacco played 2 in a row and a half?
I think it's 2 in a row. I think Smitty's wrong.
He is wrong.
At the end of the day, we're bringing up a tie from 2021.
But
this is a fucking reach. You and Bailey will fucking, y'all like to meet separately because y'all it's fucking mini me and JB. Mini JB is like fucking Austin Powers and the fucking Dr. Evil and Dr. Evil Mini Me. They like to plan. How can we get Smitty round up? How you get Smitty round up?
Did we
Let's
meet
go find an
Bailey
article from fucking 2017.
I didn't even talk to Bailey.
What's the answer?
I don't even talk to Bailey, homie. I don't even talk to Bailey all week.
I don't trust y'all saying it right now. You ain't gonna say it on the fucking show. I don't trust not near motherfucker on this phone right now. And Shaun, I'm disappointed in you, my brother, my OG. How you gonna you got me out of character right now? It's because JB picking you up today. That's what it is. He picked you up today, so you trying to be kind to be on his side.
The post have current relevance?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Anthony's healthy as shit.
No, he's not healthy as shit.
Healthy as hell.
Oh my God, Smitty.
Y'all have no connections to Indiana at all. When I say he's healthy, trust me, it's because I know what I'm talking about. I got people within the organization that I know. Bailey, Shaun, all y'all, listen to me. I know people in the fucking locker room, homie. I got teammates who work for the coach, homie. Y'all don't know more than me with this. Trust me. Stay in your lane. Like LeVar Ball said, stay in your lane. I don't speak on Tulane business. I don't speak on JUCO business, and I don't speak on Seattle business. I know what I'm talking about. The man is healthy.
Hey, you more passionate about the Colts than the Colts are passionate about themselves, dog. What the hell going on?
We gonna beat the Dolphins' ass this weekend.
Hey, Shaun, did he say LeVar Ball, a guy that hasn't played in 3 years?
LeVar's the pops, homie. You from out here and you don't know that, homie? And Lonzo's back anyway, so try again.
That's what I'm talking about.
You just always wrong. You just always
wrong. Lonzo like Kawhi. We'll believe it when we see it.
We saw it. He's back.
LeVar Ball's the guy that has 2 kids that ain't played in fucking 4 years.
Who's rich as hell. Shout out to him for raising a group of kids who made it. Who made it.
I'm with you there, Smitty.
Come on now.
But I don't like all this neck movement about something that's obviously transparently true.
Shaun, you worked in this space, in the media space, ESPN, you've covered games on it. When we have shows, we don't bring up no fucking time from 2019 to bring up to the show unless you're trying to specifically reach. We can go find some shit about everybody. That's
how is this reaching? I don't understand.
Still getting hurt. That's why we can't even fairly evaluate him because he can't stay available.
Shaun, let me ask you this: Do you think when you turn TV on and let's say you turn on whatever show you see on ESPN 5, whatever, how shocked would you be if you saw a 2019 topic on the fucking rundown? It ain't happening, homie. This is a reach. Reach. And then JB led it like this. JB led it like this. He said, "Okay, Shaun, Anthony Richardson got hurt. That's in the hotel. And that's it. He didn't get no contact. He didn't say, well, here, if I didn't know what I know, we would have kept going. You would have thought this was recent. You would have thought all this shit. JB think he's slick. I know this motherfucker. He's not slick.
But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm trying to connect the dots. I'm not really sure like what behind the scenes turmoil y'all got going on. I'll find out a little bit more because I actually be in the city this weekend. If you listen to the intro, he does say A.R. Lovin'. So he alludes to the fact that you are a huge Anthony Richardson fan in the intro. So that means that Anthony Richardson knows
Cook his ass, Shaun.
all the time.
Cook this motherfucker, Shaun. Shit.
It's like if he brings up a picture of you next to Caitlin Clark, it's in the intro.
LeBron hairline in the intro.
And I don't agree with that one because Smitty pretty crispy right now. And me and you
Lamar,
being bald.
Lamar Jackson defending in the intro.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Like, so there's some things, Smitty, that are just always on the table.
Okay.
Hey, baby, let's bring up the next topic. I want to get into college football with Shaun. We got some highest paid college coaches. I want to dive into these real quick. We got 8 minutes with you. Worthy, unworthy. Let me ask you this. Are they overpaid under-deliverers? Or are they underpaid over-deliverers? I don't see one underpaid over-deliverer on that list. I see overpaid under-deliverers. Kirby Smart's the only one, and Dabo Swinney. Those two got 2 national titles each. Where's everything else at? Where's the rest of the combined? Not one of those other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys don't have combined what the top 2 guys have. They better be the highest paid. That's just how I look at it. These other guys.
Has Ryan Day won a natty at Ohio State?
No.
No, he ain't even been to one.
No, they've been. They just okay. They've lost in the semifinals. Yeah.
Overpaid under-deliverers.
I don't know if Kalen can be included in this list yet because he's been damn good everywhere he's been.
Who?
Kalen DeBoer.
DeBoer.
Yeah, he has been good, but he's making $10 million, dog. Mark Stoops is. I like Mark. I know the whole Stoops family.
The fact that Lincoln Riley makes more than Lane Kiffin or Mark Stoops or any of those guys is ludicrous. Like, that's probably the most outrageous one on the list.
Norvell got a quick jump. Remember, he was just at Memphis mid-major.
Yeah, but Norvell was really good at Memphis. He took Florida State, who hadn't been able to fix it, and fixed it. Now he just made a tragically bad quarterback decision this past offseason, and it doomed him.
And Drink got paid over just having 2, he's at Missouri. He won a few games. Like, that's how they paid him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought they anointed Drink before he actually did anything, because he kind of was one of them off the radar OCs who just popped up on us because he was an analytical guy. And I mean, Missouri, they done about
the money's astronomical. The money you're looking at, though, are we just like, holy shit?
But that's just the market is the market. And in 20 years, all this is going to be might be double. And we're going to be like, oh my God, it's just the market, though. So it's just.
I actually think it's going to go the other way. I think it's going to go the other way in 20 years. They can't sustain this. Let me ask you this, Shaun. Where you at with Lincoln Riley? Fired or not after the season?
Oh, he gone.
Okay, so Lincoln's out. Ryan Day, fired or not?
If I'm Oklahoma, I re-sign him. I bring it back to Oklahoma. If I'm SC, he gone.
All right, Ryan Day, fired or not?
Depends on the rest of the season.
If they lose to Michigan, fired or not?
He out of there. We're gonna pull a Lane Kiffin. He's not even getting on the plane.
Mike Norvell.
No,
I think he gets another year. He gets another year.
He good to go.
Mark Stoops got to be on the chopping block. I'll be honest. I mean, you're getting paid $9 million at Kentucky. What have you done?
Here's the thing with Kentucky. If you're the AD at Kentucky, Stoops has us competitive and relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not the ceiling for UK football in that conference?
Mediocrity is a new excellence, dog, I guess.
I mean, I'm not saying it's applicable to all the teams, but when you look at the SEC, if University of Kentucky is an 8-win team every year, like, I feel like my head coach doing a hell of a job.
Hell yeah. That's a great season for Kentucky. It's all relative. It's about the road travel, JB. It's not, you can't compare them to Georgia and Bama. And
it ain't like they had no big-time players come through there. I mean, Will Levis probably their best player. You see what kind of a crash dummy he is.
Brian Kelly is getting paid off his name and longevity in the business.
Hold on, JB. We got to let them lose again before we can put a period on that sentence. Opening game loss to SC looks bad now, but LSU controls their destiny.
Yeah, but I just
he got him playing better.
You know when we get when you see a special team, Shaun, we know it. This team to me is like any week can lose. They're not very.
Is there a special team right now in college
No.
football?
Yeah,
No.
Texas.
No,
No.
they're getting their ass
And that's
kicked
why
tomorrow.
they're gonna win this weekend. You're gonna be $20.
They getting their ass kicked tomorrow.
They're gonna beat the shit out of Georgia.
Boy, stop.
Real quick, top 10 players now. Since we just saw the coaches list, I want to see your top 10 players list.
For NIL?
And kind of compare that. Right here, just basically. So Boise State's coach is not in the hunt. They're a team that's this guy's a leading candidate as far as odds numbers go. He's leading it in a Heisman candidate. Cam Ward is right there in the same. I think he's second in the Heisman. Travis Hunter, I believe, is third in the Heisman. And then I believe Dylan Gabriel will move up into the conversation now because they're winning and they're a top 2 team in the country. Texas don't have a quarterback in the mix because they've split time and one got hurt. So I doubt they have anybody in the Heisman candidate race. Anyone else other than Ole Miss just lost their shot with their QB. He's done. Jackson Dart. I can see Milroe jumping in here because they win. And I can see Cam Ward getting put out if Louisville, especially if Louisville beats him and he has a third game in a row that's we call him subpar or mid. So where are you at with this Heisman candidate compared to these top 10 players?
Ooh, we just talking Heisman? And they got O-linemen in here?
Now, this is just top 10 players as far as what the NFL is projecting and so far and so on. Okay. I just want to get your take on who can move around and jockey for this top 4 list or 3 list that goes to New York.
I'll be honest with you. I think this is going to be one of those years, unless somebody just catches fire, where like the Heisman shouldn't be given out. Because to me, there's some years where nobody really like separates themselves.
We've had those years. I know what he's saying. We've had those years where it feels like we just gave an award out.
You got to get an award out so somebody gets it.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just thinking. I'm like, damn, like that's a powerful statement. We got to clip that, Paris. No Heisman should be given out.
Because they give it out every year, and now you get to stand on that stage with all them true killers, like your Eric Crouches, like some of those guys. It ain't the same. So, I mean, my only thing with Travis Hunter, he got to stay healthy. He got to stay healthy. Cam Ward, you can't look in the mirror and be honest with yourself that Cam Ward has played more than 2 complete games of football. Even in some of these wins, Cam Ward been downright awful for 2 of the quarters.
And Shaun, you and I have seen guys that we were like, all right, Jason White won one. Andre Ware, I love Andre to death. He fucking ripped it. David Klingler, I don't think he won it, but he had these unbelievable numbers, and he was in the mix for it. And then that was kind of like we just gave it out. Chris Winkie, 28-year-old Chris Winkie. Now they won. I think they won it that year. I'm not sure if they did or not, but
no, they lost to Tennessee. Remember, Marcus Outson started.
Okay, so they lost to T. Martin. That's the T. Martin year.
Yep.
Okay, so that's T. Martin year. I thought T. Martin. Oh yeah. So Florida State won it the year they beat Va Tech and Vic, huh?
Yeah, that was Peter Warwick.
That's Peter Warwick and them. So yeah, it just seems like man, I don't know. It's one of those years though, because there ain't a true. Every game this year in involving the Heisman, I've looked at it and been like, Cam Ward, 2 in a row. You could have cost your team. I don't see how you're a candidate.
He definitely shouldn't be winning.
Dylan Gabriel, to be honest, had these numbers that were like percentage-wise nice, but he really didn't do enough to win the game. They struggled game 1 versus Idaho State. They should have lost to Boise. And you're looking at this Oregon team, and now you beat Ohio State. So now Dylan Gabriel's going to go right up. Boom. I don't know, man.
To me, Ashton Jeanty is the one guy that I would argue that's like,
and that's why I keep saying it. I don't understand.
Resume wise, like Ashton Jeanty to me should be leading right now. He's healthy, he ain't missing no games. He's balled against
odds wise. He is.
Yeah, but like it shouldn't even be like. I think he's clearly the number 1 right now today.
I don't get why I get all the hate, and the kickback.
Now Travis come back and he's healthy, and Colorado wins 8 games, and
yeah,
I need to see that Heisman moment. I know he had a little
exactly right. Thank you.
So
Shaun, I'm trying to figure out when John. I don't understand.
For context, Ashton Genty against Oregon went for 25 for 192 and 3.
It's Oregon.
So I'm looking up the rest of their schedule. Hold on a second.
Travis does not have that on his resume. First of all, opponent, and secondly, moment. He doesn't have it on his resume.
And the moment they gonna give it to him, JB, is the one when he ran down the field and he posed the Heisman. That wasn't a big moment though, or big enough moment.
So they got a big game next Friday. They're at UNLV, and then they really got nothing. They end the year with Oregon State. But if they beat UNLV, they're more than likely going to be a one-loss team. That's the non-Power 4 representative in the college football playoff. So I mean, the platform for Genty's going to be there.
Colorado. I would let us see Boise play Colorado.
Ooh, boy! After what 31 from K-State did to Colorado, oh my God!
That's what I'm saying.
Might run for 320.
Because this guy's, by the way, I don't think people realize when you talk Heisman, and we'll get off after that. When you talk Heisman, does anyone realize that this guy is a one-man band? He is not. He's not surrounded by all these dudes that everyone else is talking about.
Quarterbacks at Arkansas.
This guy is a one-man band. Every single week, all eyes are on him. I'm going to load the fucking box because Boise has no QB, no wideouts, no fucking defense. Like, let's be honest. What this guy's doing, I don't understand why people don't get on my hip with this. Like, this guy's doing shit that we haven't seen. That's what I'm trying to tell people. He's just not flashy on a flashy team.
And I'll say this. This will be the most improbable Heisman winner in the history of the Heisman if he wins, because Boise State played 9, 10 p.m. Eastern kickoff games on the East Coast. So, like, literally, probably all the East Coast voters know his name. They probably still have never seen him actually play a full game of football because none of them would stand up that late. Just watch Ashton Genty play.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know.
Man, we're gonna be interesting. Still a lot of games left, man. So maybe somebody will start to separate, the rest of the season. But
hey, I remember everybody that says Mountain West though. I remember when Marshall Faulk played in the Mountain West.
He was a baller, San Diego State.
I remember when George Jones played in the Mountain West. I remember when a lot of guys played in the Mountain West. Nobody wanted to get
some ballers.
Nobody.
I remember when Jordan Lynch played for NIU in the MAC, and he was a top 5 finalist in the Heisman.
Nobody wanted to bring up the fact that I believe 2 white guys got fucked at Stanford, CMC and Toby Gerhardt. You could argue both of them had Heisman seasons.
Has a white running back ever won the Heisman?
I don't. Horny. No.
Probably in the 40s, probably before they let us play, probably.
Who's us? Y'all been playing every time. We went after y'all to get you on our team.
Who's we? And what do you mean by went after? I'm just a little curious on the context.
Us.
Okay, but went after meaning what?
Went after you guys.
We're going to leave it right there. I'm going to protect you. What time you getting in here, Shaun?
Hey, Shaun, what's your take what's your take on Donald Trump on Buzzing with the Boys?
Who?
Hey, man, excited to see you, man. Let me know what y'all end up doing tonight. I ain't going to see y'all, but just let me know anyway. I'll see y'all tomorrow early in the morning.
I get in. Hold on a second.
You get in about
7. What, Shaun? Don't say it, though, Shaun, because I don't trust people. So never mind. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I want people at the airport.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Hey, Shaun, you know what we should do, Shaun? We could roll up to Diego to see Weddle play. They kick off at 7:30. Weddle play.
No, I don't do all that driving. 6:22. I get in 6:22.
We could go to Southgate. We could play a homeboy guy that plays the game Southgate High. They play a big time game.
We'll be able to catch the end of the college games.
Shaun's like, I'm coming over here for vacation for the weekend. With black people, we do not like being in no fucking cars all day. So I always tell JB, get on the plane, homie. We're not getting in the fucking car driving around.
We could go on the boat. We could go out to the boat at night, take a round against the black.
Hey, y'all pray for me because I've never flown Frontier before. So,
but I like Frontier. I actually like Frontier. Frontier low key pretty decent though. It's cheap. Hey, I used to fly LA to Tulsa all the time.
I still ain't been able to book my actual seat. I still ain't been able to.
Anytime you guys say pretty decent, you talking about a flight, that's not a good. I'm gonna pray for you, homie.
Nah, Frontier's nice.
Right, I'll see you tonight.
All right, peace.
Hopefully. Yeah. All right, Shaun.
Frontier's nice.
No, it's not, homie. No, it's
I
not.
like pressure. I like
but you know what is nice? Cheer, Chris. Looking out,
Oh.
1999. Little cat for gas, man. Pick up Shaun. Put your fist down, JB. I hate when you do that, man. It really pissing me off a little bit. Shout out to Cheer, Chris for sending us 1999, man. I love it.
Chris, much love, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jason.
Frontier has special wings. They fly better in heavy wind.
Put me on Delta, homie.
Delta horrible.
Hey, but believe half of what JB says on the show, and the other half just kind of just take it, you know, with a grain of salt. Here we go. 3 highest paid quarterbacks, 3 lowest paid quarterbacks. You got Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Tyler Huntley. Now, Brock, this will change. Obviously, next year he's going to be one of the highest. But for now, yep. And 3 highest paid, Dak, Deshaun, and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, I ain't going to say what we want. Offensively, they've been looking good. Joe Burrow still a top-tier quarterback. Dak is off right now, but again, it was an all-pro last year. A guy who's been putting up numbers. And Deshaun is a shell of himself. So to me, the only one up there that I'm like, about is Deshaun Watson. Joey B and Dak I have no issues with.
Can you talk about this real quick?
Yep. Jay Cutler arrested for DUI and gun possession in Tennessee. I mean, listen, it happens sometimes, man. You know, you get done playing, you're trying to, you know, figure out who you are outside of the game. A lot of times we identify ourselves with the sport that we play. And when the sport is gone, it's kind of hard to figure out what is next for me. And, you know, obviously probably dealing with a little bit of, you know, some issues with alcohol and issues with just, you know, figuring out who he is. And I pray that this time him being arrested will actually be utilized as a positive. And even when he gets out, I pray that he can do some community service and maybe get into some sort of program in order to get better, man. So
It's a new segment for us. We came out a new segment. Rapid fire to end the show. Talk about this one.
Yep. So play the video. Play the sound first.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm going to do the math real quick.
He might cover that. Yeah,
It
definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary. 74? Okay. Times.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah. I don't even know my salary. Does it? Let me see. You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means.
So right here, Andrew Reid just went on Instagram Live, you know, kind of making a joke about the low salary in the WNBA. I think she's paying $8,000 a month for rent in Chicago. Probably has a nice high rise out there. Jimmy started the show saying that she's stupid and that she should buy a house. But a lot of times these stars don't necessarily, especially when they're young right now, right? Rookie year, you're not going to buy a house. You're still trying to figure out the city, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and you don't want to, you know, be tied down to a home. I know my guy Whitlock, when he lived out here in LA, he didn't buy a home. I know, you know, his rent probably was more than that, living out in the Wilshire area in the high rise. So everybody doesn't necessarily just buy all the time. She ain't got no kids, no family, no husband. So renting for her probably makes sense. But this isn't nothing like serious or nothing like that. She's just on IG Live and just, you know, she's joking about living beyond her means. She makes millions of dollars outside the WNBA. No promise at all. Andrew Reese, good rookie year, double machine, and that's what it is.
I think her name's Angela Reese. That look like
Andrew Reese. I know who said that though.
Oh,
it was some video we watched. Was it on this show or was it? I watched it separately.
Manly features right there.
No? Oh, it was Ari Spears kept saying it. The comedian just to me, guys are just now not just him, but that's just one example. People are trying to do anything they can do for clout, anything. And if they know you're a popular name, they are attaching themselves to their name to do that. So
I got big ears for a man. I got Will Smith ears. People say I got big ears. You know, that's like an ugly feature of mine. I got big ears. She got big ears for a woman, though, huh?
I mean, she's tall. You know what I'm saying? I think her ears match her, if that makes sense. Like, there's some women who got big feet.
Because their jawline big?
Yeah, it just matches. Like some women got bigger feet, but it's like if they're tall, well, it matches. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to.
She got big feet too. She got big feet. She got big feet, big ears, big jaw. It's crazy. You know who has those? Man.
I don't know what that means though. I mean, she's very much a woman.
She didn't have big like jaw.
Angel Reese is very much a woman. So.
Look at my side. Look at my side better. Look at yours. And then look at her. See hers too? Look at her side profile, homie. Like a man a little bit. I'm throwing it out there.
No, I'm not saying all that. Hey, make sure you don't cut.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there.
Don't put me in this thing.
She's not. I know. And that's not me, Smitty. That's not me, homie. That's not me. That's not me. I'm trying to deal with this. That's not me.
That's how you stand too, homie, with the hand behind your back. I remember on last day too. You get exactly.
I stand like this, homie. I don't stand like that.
look just like you, homie. Hands behind the back. Damn.
Hey, by the way, Angel
So
Reese,
twin.
Angel Reese is not good looking. I don't.
That's
get
your
it.
opinion. You're like, good looking is not like facts. There's people. Think about this, JB. There's people in the world who thinks I'm ugly. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm saying there's people in the world who thinks that. So like, it's not an opinion. It's not like it is an opinion, not a fact. So to each his own. A lot of women who you like, I don't like. You know, your style, like it ain't my style. You know, you don't really like black women no more like you used to. You know, which is cool. That's fine. But I'm not really into the women who you into, which is cool.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of women.
You said some slick shit too a few minutes ago. You mumbled under your breath. Can you say it out loud so I can hear it clearly, please?
What'd I say? That's
I don't know. I'm asking you.
A lot of shit.
It was slick though. I know that.
I would have. You know, I'd love to say it. I don't know what it was. What part?
Well, just now when I told you that there's people in the world who said I'm ugly, you mumbled some and covered your mouth. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it was probably some soft shit. You need to stop smoking so many cigars early. It's 9:30 in the morning Pacific time.
I was just laughing. That
you smoked 5 cigars, homie.
I've had 1 cigar. I mean, it's the same cigar.
As your friend, like people may not tell you this because everybody want to be cool with you and think you're so funny. And JB, I care about you as a human, as a man. You need to slow this shit down. That shit's not cute. That smoking cigar shit, any type of smoke all day is not good for you, period. I don't care if it's cigar, weed, no matter what it is, it's not good for you. You start your day with it. Who knows how many you're smoking throughout the day? I don't even want to know the number. 10 a day, 7 days a week. That's 70 fucking things a week. 4 weeks in a month. 70 times 4. That's 280 fucking cigars a month. That's 12 months in a year. 280 times 10 is 2,800 plus two more months, which is I said 70. I said times 4. That's 280. Like you're doing like crazy amount of number. You're doing close to 3,000 cigars a year. Not counting the vacations where you might smoke a little bit more. Not counting the whiskey that you're drinking. 3 days a week. Your health is not in a good place, JB. You don't work out no more. You don't jump rope. You don't do core. You don't drink water. I've never seen you drink 1 glass of water. It's either fucking liquor or some sort of. It's never just water, homie. I'm concerned. Coffee and liquor is all you drink. We go to the studio every day. I bring JB with some water. Want a water bottle? No, I'm good. I'm just coffee. Your health is fucking horrible, homie. You're fucking unhealthy. Your blood is horrible. Your blood pressure sucks. Your blood works ass.
I look better than ever. I look better. I look like I did when I played, about 250. And to be honest, is ice not made of water?
White folks age bad too. So you're doing great right now. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you keep fucking around with that drinks and the smoking, and you're gonna turn 49 and motherfucker's gonna look like another fucking gremlin. So you slow down.
And you gotta die of something, man. You gotta choose when you wake up. You gotta die of something. And that's where, I would die on the boat or smoking a cigar. You'll probably die in traffic. I'm making a fucking video, some dumb video. You'll probably die of doing that.
This motherfucker said I'm gonna probably die. Like you're looking forward to it.
Well, I'm just saying, we're going to die of something.
This motherfucker said I'm gonna probably die in traffic.
We're going to die of something, homie. Like, just pick what you want to die from, homie. It's not really like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And here's the bottom line is, real quick, though, like, there's water in coffee. There's water in ice. And I put ice in Palomas. I put ice in tequila. I put ice in whiskey. So there's water.
Let me ask you this. If I had a glass of water and I shit in it and I gave it to you to drink, do you think it'd be good for you still? Point being, homie, when you mix all the sugar and salt and the caffeine and all the other bullshit, that's no longer good for you, homie. Ask Bailey. He's a fucking physical trainer. He knows this.
That's a weird analogy, though.
But you understand it, though. It made perfect sense, didn't it? You smart.
Not really. Because it never crossed my mind.
Macro thinker. You smart, right? Macro thinker.
Weird topic.
Chat, keep it real with him, JB. I know y'all love like hanging on his bald hairs, but be real with him. He's not healthy. If y'all really care about JB, if you really love him, and you're not just talking shit, tell him the real in the chat. Tell him right now in the chat, slow down on your smoking and drinking. Say, JB, please slow down. I want to see it right before I leave. I want to see it in the comments. JB, please slow down. If you love JB, put it in here.
You could die walking your doggy.
You could, you could control cigar smoke, homie.
Yeah, I know. Guess where I'm headed right now. So I'm gonna clean up. I got some Mexicans coming over. We're gonna clean the house, right? Then from that point on,
they hate you. Look,
I'm smashing to Costa Mesa, and we're the home of Slapdick Cigars. I'm gonna grab me about 100 sticks for the weekend for Shaun and myself. Shaun smokes, by the way, and then we're gonna smoke you out tomorrow in the lounge, and then we're gonna play poker, cigar like grown men do. Smoke cigar, drink whiskey, play poker. We're gonna hip you to what grown men do, right? And then you get to see grown men tomorrow act like grown men. And then we'll get to do that. That's why you're changing little by little on the show. People don't realize they're seeing your takes. It's getting a little more manly. They're getting more little, masculine. And then I'm gonna get some more liquor tomorrow as well, or today. And then I'm gonna come back. Right? I'm gonna pick on the way back. I'm gonna time it up, Smitty, so I can come back on the way home from Costa Mesa and pick up Shaun in Ontario, California. If you know where that is. And then I'm gonna head back and then closer to my house. So then we head to the house. Ruben will be here this weekend. He'll be here tomorrow and on the boat Sunday. Ruben, OG.
What about Eddie? What about Eddie Manyweather?
Eddie who?
Eddie Manyweather said, just smoke weed and relax.
Eddie's a nobody to me. He didn't show up. He didn't call in. He had an opportunity to call in. He only calls in when the Cowboys do well. They get beat. He don't even call in. He says he did, but he doesn't. But, it is what it is. So, any females in the chat that want to come out and maybe on the boat or something, put a G-string on or whatever you guys do. Come on out. Huh?
You said what?
What?
You said come to the boat and do what?
I said if any females want to come out, come on the boat. Remember?
And do what though? Like it was so much you said in there. I thought.
I didn't say do nothing. I said where would you guys wear?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I must have misheard you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You did.
Well, good show, y'all. Good show.
Yeah, we gave you 18 extra minutes, so it's Friday. Hey, it's pregame Friday.
Bro. I'm never doing this again on a Friday. So like Monday, we could probably end the show like 8:45 or something to kind of get it back because I don't get paid for overtime.
You don't get that time back. That's what you don't get. You don't get time back.
I don't get paid for overtime, homie. You pay me for 3 hours, homie. So
no, you get paid for overtime. You're on a salary, homie. You're not on an hourly.
Nah, homie, I am on hourly, homie. That was our agreement when we first joined the show. Day one, when you DM me, I said I'm gonna be on an hourly situation. I don't want to be on salary.
Well, you're on salary now, so.
Hey, no, now it's fucking my John Hancock. We signed an agreement, homie.
No, we didn't. So anyway, shout out to everybody. Found that like, subscribe, head over to BetUS. Use the promo code Coach JB. Get you 150% bonus today, right now on BetUS. Powered by right there, boom. Powered by you at BetUS. And head over to all the other things that we got going. So you'll see us. We'll probably go live tomorrow for all you guys. Yeah, we might go live from the Palooza with Steve Kim and Shaun and Smitty and Weddle and, and we'll do that. And we'll have a little live. We'll give you a little insight on something. We'll show that. So, yeah.
Can you have one of your make some buffalo chicken dip, please?
No, I'm not doing all that, homie. You do. You bring it.
No, I didn't ask you to. I said ask one of your. I'll pay for it. I'm asking one of your girls. I mean, when you know what I mean?
I thought I didn't have any. Anyway, again, proven Smitty's a liar on this show. Macro, micro, and macro thinkers. There's a difference between the macro and the micro. Shout out to Smitty for coming on the show for free this week. And then Bailey, shout out to him in the back. And they'll be on that show. He'll be on the 6060 talking about Colorado, Dion, Hunter, Shador, Shiloh. It's fucking all them slapdicks. They'll be doing that. And then Smitty will try to figure out how to get away from his wife and for the weekend. And
I never want to get away from her. I love my wife. I never want to get away from her. I'm sad I got to leave her tomorrow. But I got to come out, see y'all, support y'all, see the homie. I'm going to be there from like 10 to 6, 10 to 7. I'm going to head back, and then that's what it's going to be. So
10 to 10 at least.
Last time I was there from 10 to 10, you fell asleep, homie. We went live. You didn't say nothing for the last 3 hours. You was on your floor, passed out, throwing up. So, I mean, it was a waste of my time being over there.
I don't throw up.
Steve by ourselves.
I don't throw up, homie. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see if you show even.
Follow Big Smitty at Darnell_Smith95 on IG.
Why? You don't do nothing. You don't collaborate. You don't share. You don't do
I've been
nothing.
collaborating hella on there. What you talking about? My freestyle. I got Factor Cap. I got Jerry Jones. I got Mike Gundy. And I got my own personal videos about traffic. Tune in.
Wait till today's one. Collaborate right now. I'm gonna post a Travis Hunter versus Genty short right now. I'm gonna collaborate with you right now. Let's see if he does it.
Am I in it?
Yeah, you're in a whole. That's you talking mostly.
Okay, cool. That's cool. As long as I'm in and I'm talking, I'm not gonna put a fucking clip of you on my page, just you talking, homie. I'm sorry. It's not what I do.
I do it of you.
People come to my channel to see me, homie. They don't
But
come
I
to
do it
see
of
you on
but
my
you want me
channel.
to collaborate with you in traffic, though.
No, I don't. Not you, the JB Show page. The JB Show page should be content of you and I doing our shit, whatever we doing. Because we are the JB Show, homie. I don't collaborate with Coach JB personal page. Make it make sense.
Oh no, so bad. What's this about? Why are you sending me links? Homie, I can't see no more.
It was nothing for the show. I'm just sending y'all some Trump stuff for you. I know you and Bailey love Trump. That's like your god. So I was just send them over to you guys so you guys can see him. I know Bailey loves Trump. It's like he'll die for Trump right now. So I was just sending it over to him just so he can see it. That's it. There wasn't no shade, nothing. Trump talking about closing the Department of Education and letting like the state local.
Tell me why that's so bad, Smitty.
That's all it is. So I ain't saying it's bad or good. I was just sharing information with y'all. I know
okay.
That's y'all boy. I was just sharing information.
No, I don't, dude. I'm not a fucking political cat, dog.
I know it's your best friend and shit.
Best friend. Kamala is your best friend, and you vote for her. So I don't know what you're talking about. Come on.
But where I grew up, homie, we don't talk about who we voted for.
Can you Venmo me right now so I can get some cigars?
All right, how much you need?
Huh?
How much you need?
I like 500. What?
That's some bullshit, bro. Why? I about to really save some money, like dead ass serious on the show, but you said 500, homie. I'll send you 50.
No, I don't want no money from you.
Why?
Because I'm a man. I'm gonna pay you.
Let me ask you this, JB. What happens if I end up getting rich separately from this show?
Kudos to you.
Would you not accept my money?
No. I've never accepted money from anybody in my whole life. I feel like a bitch. I'm just saying. I figured it out myself. I rather.
You ever seen that interview with Mike Tyson when he's sweating? It's like it's all gray. He's like, yeah. He said, I just look back at my boxing career. And I just miss it. I miss the pain. I miss the agony. And now I can't do it no more. And sometimes I feel like a bitch. And it kills me. You never seen that video before, homie?
Sounds like your generation.
All right, then, homie. Hey, I'm going. You better finish the show together, co-host. Chat, if y'all need me, I'm going to be in the Discord all weekend. Exclusive content. I'm going to be in winnable.com slap picks. And I'm going to be on BetUS. Find me everywhere. I'm in all the sponsors. And I'm at Prospects.
Appreciate it. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it.